Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It's I, KaneFan701, and I'm back in style, better than ever. And today marks a very, very special landmark occasion. And you know what that means? Because on this very day, on May 31st, 1911, 110 years ago, on this very day, RMS Titanic was launched. And it was a very special landmarking occasion for the White Star Line because it was truly something that a lot of people don't realize and how very special it was, because this was truly a landmarking occasion because this was the birth of a legend, and a legend that would go down in history, but not the way that they anticipated or how it would happen, coming the following year. But on this very day, on May 31st, 1911, was an absolutely special moment, and possibly one of the most famous launchings that we ever got to see. I mean, not us, because none of us weren't even existing in the last century about it, but we've seen imagery, we've seen, documentaries done and drama series made about the whole thing, but it really was a very, very, historic moment. It truly, really was. There was, you couldn't, find a better occasion than what the event was. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, if any of you guys want to be part of this special Titanic 110th birthday stream, you guys are more than welcome to come in, and this is what the stream apparently is focused about. So that's where you see I've got my special cap on. I'm celebrating tonight. It truly is something to look back on with pride and something that we can all be happy about, because it truly was supposed to be the big moment, that big step for White Star to show that they had two big ships now at this point, with the RMS Olympic on her maiden voyage, and now Titanic had just been launched and was going to go into the final fitting stages before her maiden voyage was to come another 12 more months following at this point. I'm just going to put the invitation here for you guys in. If any of you guys want to trade and talk about this, man, because this is going to be quite an intriguing stream, and what a way for me to come back and for you guys to see me back in person. I'm a bit more healthy than I was. I'll be expecting to take my my next COVID jab in July. Actually, the Titanic is 110 years of age. That's how old this vessel is now. Also, just to let you know, I've had a first blood test done in my left arm, which wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I had to have a severe health checkup, and all I can tell you guys, I'm in safe hands and I'm good. I'm pretty well and healthy, thank goodness. Yep, if any of you guys want to come in, Elijah, I don't actually have an outfit on yet, but actually, you know what? Come to think of it, you just threw me a good idea. Hang on a second, I'll be right back with you, lads. Hang on, I'm just going to cut my camera for a second, but you will hear me moving around. Hold on. Okay, you can see the icon. That's my old costume of what I was as my OC. I'm just going to put this on for a landmark occasion. Okay, here we go. Oh, let me go, boy. You can still hear me walking around, lads. Just hang on, guys. I'll put you guys in to start talking in. Hey, hang on. I'll put some of you guys in now. You've joined in, and this is going to be a really good talking. Here we go. Hey there, lads, and welcome on board. Hello there, Slice Ray. It's an honor to finally hear you in person, and a nice face reveal.
Thanks.
Oh, perfect. You've got the red, white, and blue American flag, and what a good way to do it. Memorialing, and of course, with the RMS Titanic in, what a good combination we have to celebrate.
Yeah. I'm from a long line of family that paid the ultimate price.
Oh, yes, they did.
Yeah.
But
Including
without
my
them,
second,
we wouldn't be here. But we
including my
wouldn't be here.
second cousin. Oh, sorry. Your stream.
It's all right. I have a bad way, yeah, I'm just saying. Those who paid the price wouldn't be here today, so in a way, sacrifices are made.
Yeah. Second cousin was the first Chicagoan killed in Vietnam.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that, man.
I only knew the risk and he joined, so.
It's absolutely boiling hot. It's been 21 degrees today. Tomorrow will be 22, and then the following day will end up becoming 23 with some rain coming down. But yeah, summer's hit big time, and I know it's insane to put this on right now because I might blow into a sweat because of my super sensitivity to this sort of thing because of my premature birthing. But I don't really give two rat's ass about this because I wore this once in a 90-degree heat wave back in 2012, and I would usually wear this on the anniversary of Titanic, but because it's also it's Titanic's 110th birthday. This is what we gotta talk about. And here we go. I'm about to put my thing back on. Hang on. Let me just get this all set up, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. Here we go.
I be scared to watch her here. I don't know what to do with it.
Okay, here we go. And here I am, live and in person. Hi there, Henry. Nice place revealing.
Hello,
Okay,
how are you?
Am I okay? I'm smooth sailing. And yep, as you can see, I've got my attire on this time now to mark the special occasion. Here I am.
I really don't have a hat that can match one from 1912, so I'm just gonna go with my baseball hat.
I got this actually in Ireland Titanic Museum. Basically, I'm wearing what my OC character, my fanfic, which everyone doesn't like, apparently wearing in as he looked like back in the day, and this is what he is now.
That's very nice museum.
I've been there only once, and it was first time I went there, I cried.
Yeah,
felt like
so have I, but then again, other side of the pond.
I know, but what I'm referring to is that I've been to the museum in Ireland, and it's the closest I've ever felt Titanic's presence. I felt like I was being watched, and I actually felt like someone was behind me. I'm not gonna that's how much it affected me back then. Okay, cool. Cool, Fred Bread 2009. I know you got Timothy's icon in there. I know. Chill, man. I know.
I'm not even doing anything. I've been sitting here.
I know. I saw you change the icon though. I caught you there.
Timothy, go weesh.
I'm just testing out my new camera skills.
Well, from the looks of things, that's a pretty good shot. I did see your recent uploads lately. That's really good.
I have not been uploading.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'm trying to upload more, but I don't have to.
So, anyways, Solanus Crew, like I said, it's really nice to get to know you in person, and what an honor it is for you to have me on back on the first stream living and on the last day of this month before we head into June over here in the UK. Now, like I said, I'm glad you got to understand with the other things we were talking about, which we will not talk about here on this stream, for personal reasons, so that no BS drama will blow up in us or whatever, because you get my drift. We can talk about it elsewhere, but either ways, today's, like I said, is a very special occasion, and that's why it is. And because it's Titanic's birthday and everything else, I'm thinking it's time for us to trade some stories and perhaps maybe explain, how did Titanic gain our lives and how did it affect us in the later years, and anything from the movies to the books to anything that's kind of cultured nowadays.
And I'm back.
Who wants to go first?
Oh, PDS Addicted 18. Nice. Hello there, old friend. It's nice to see you, fellow. First time in a long while.
So, who wants to go first for Titanic? And how it affected us?
Well, with me, Titanic has been around my life. It's been in my life since 1996. And that's how long she's been in my life. I mean, the early days learning about her were magic, and I remember them so well. But as I've gotten older, I've got a better understanding, and almost like many fans as they are today. But back in those olden days, it was just amazing to learn and watch, and it was quite unique.
I guess I'll go next. Mine's just
Mm-hmm.
kind of short and long in a way. And this is the best image I can get of Titanic right now. So,
Okay.
so for me, I first discovered Titanic back in 2014 when I guess I was either 4 or 5.
Nice.
The way I learned about Titanic was I was sitting in my room at night watching a movie, and it turned out it was one of the Titanic movies. I'm like, what's that ship? I soon asked my mom the next day, and she told me it was Titanic. I learned more about it in 2016, where a YouTuber made a story about how the Thomas characters kept seeing ghost sightings of her, and then I realized in 2017 it was Titanic once again. So I fell in love with that ship ever since.
Basically, what you were seeing was basically the first time when I was with the old team that I hanged out with when we were doing Haunted Titanic, and that's when you saw the trailers of what was to become a project that was never meant to be, sadly.
Yeah, in a way, yes, but it was also like
Basically,
some YouTuber.
you mean, hang on, so let me just type this in and I'll, it's funny because actually, speaking of which, you know, there was a band that did probably one of the most saddest songs I've ever heard was called Titanic, We Miss You, and and 10 years later on, since I did my own tribute video during the 100th anniversary, they actually commented they were so thrilled and happy to know that I still was using something recognizable during this whole pandemic crisis, and I was very, very touched, to be honest. I was really happy. And they're actually going to release it on an album very soon, and it's really, really good. So they're finally going to make an album for it.
Pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's true, you know.
So who wants to go next?
Okay, who is going to go next? Actually, you know what? It doesn't matter who goes next. Also, let's just I don't know, go in a random style. Would you like to go? Slamica Studios?
Yeah, Slim Killer. Yeah. Mine actually connects. At first, it starts off with the Eastland wreck. If you have ever heard of that, that's the deadliest one in the Great Lakes. Everybody went to see something on one side, whole ship top tipped over while still in the harbor. 844 poor souls went down with it. Deadliest one in the Great Lakes. And so, you know, it got me interested because it would happen like 3 years after the Titanic in 1915.
Oh wow! So this was actually that was actually around during World War One.
Yeah.
So that was also this. Can I say something real quick?
That's the same. That's the same year the RMS Lusitania went down.
Yeah.
That's also the same year that one of my OCs, 587, was built by Lima.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the Titanic, whole families were literally wiped out. If you ever heard of Oprah, her studio was actually used as a mass grave because all the morgues filled up within 5 minutes. But you know, that tragedy started to get me interested in other tragedies around the same time, and that's where I came across the Titanic for the first time.
I see.
Yeah.
Well,
plus, I saw.
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember now because you're trying to get my memory clicked in.
Yeah.
With me, with watching Titanic, it was because I was learning all the other vessels that were sinking in the same day, like the Mary Rose. There was the loss of cruise liners, and of course the Viking ships and some of the battleships. But Titanic was right there. And but this is where I say things take a bit of a funny twist, because as a child growing up at the time, way back in the 90s, I didn't think the name sounded real. The ship didn't look real because I didn't think it was a real event. I thought it was one of those made-up disaster sea stories that you grow up listening to. And then, you know, I come to find out that no, it actually was real, and I became just fascinated. And the movies is what got me to see what the sinking was like, and I was like, I still wasn't convinced it was real. Then, as we all know, the James Cameron movie came out in '97, but I didn't get to see the movie until 1998 when it came out on VHS, because I wasn't there during the cinema when it opened up, because I was still learning, researching, and so I was listening to the documentaries at the time, and I'll admit the early documentaries I first watched, they've never left my mind. The first one I heard about was actually called Titanic, the Nightmare and the Dream, which follows up 1 year after Ballard himself found the wreck, and he goes back to revisit it. And at the time, and they showed clips of the launchings and other archive footages, and then they have the sinking scene, which was basically in black and white. And it was actually from, at the time, I wasn't aware of this, but it was actually from Titanic 1979, aka SOS Titanic, which actually had the Queen Mary playing the vessel. And it was the first coloured film of Titanic many years later on. But at the time when I saw what I was seeing, I thought those were actual clips from the actual disaster at the time, when I didn't realise that what a film was back then, okay? Because it's crazy. It's crazy, man. I'm just saying, that's what I believed at the time. I know. It's amazing when you think that back and you feel that's how it looked, but no. But that's kind of the magic thing back then when you see something for the first time, you think that's what it looked like. It's weird.
My favorite version is the old of those Titanic movies. Is the very old one where they actually had a woman who survived the Titanic as the main actress.
You mean the first Hollywood movie from 1953, the one that had Barbara Stanwyck and Clifton Webb? Oh yeah. That model that you see, the model you see in the movie, is actually still with us to this very day, and it can even light up if you ask the guys to do so.
Ooh, where is it?
Can't remember, but the model is still there and intact and looks good as new. Ooh. So that was the first film you saw cinematic of Titanic in 1953 Hollywood take version, which was actually released on the actual date of the ship sinking.
Yeah, I was actually talking about the Saved from the Titanic short film.
Oh, the one. Oh, the very first film. That was made
the same year as the as the one that was actual ship sank. A couple months after that. I think it was bad timing, but I felt like a lot of it was real reactions because of those were a lot of the real people that survived it.
Indeed, I think one of the best things I loved about the whole thing about the movies of Titanic, they were really, really good. And despite they've all had their own tellings, they all feel like you're actually there. That's the effect they give you. No matter what version you watch, you feel like you're actually there. And that's what all the other stuff and documentaries or so don't quite tell. You know what I'm saying? But I think the closest that we've ever got to see, and I know this is so easy, but James Cameron's film is always the one that makes you feel like you're actually on the Titanic. Even to this very day, it still ranks up there.
Well, it is a James Cameron film. Well, one he directed.
He did, yeah. He knew his stuff back then. At the time, when we all saw what we saw back then, we all thought that's how it all happened. And then, during the 100th anniversary, we get to know more. And eventually, basically, Titanic was revealing a lot more things that we didn't know. Yeah. It's a never-ending story, and it will never end, even when Titanic does eventually become completely deteriorated, which is hard for me to swallow. But the good news is her 2 replicas will continue on, like the one built in China, and hopefully Clive Palmer's Titanic 2 will come to life, and that way we can see Titanic resurrected, and now in our time, because that's the ultimate dream we've wanted. That's the ultimate tribute I think that ship deserves, and it'll be a happy ending. And I think that's what White Star Line and All the Lives Lost may be. I mean, not everybody will agree, but this is my personal inner feelings about this. And I think it would be, and I think it's what I think the Titanic itself would have wanted. Complete that journey, and bring those lost souls, those who did survive and those who didn't, final comforting, and then basically the spirit of the Titanic can finally break free and finally be left to, continue with its new life. Because I look at this new vessel as the resurrection of Titanic. It may not be it's not the original body form, but the spirit of and soul of the vessel will be there. I'm sorry if I'm going a little, because it's the effect that Titanic has on me.
Yeah, I mean, her and her sisters, none of them were really lucky.
Oh, cool. Well, Titanic got worse. Sank in World War One, and she sank in just 55 minutes.
Yeah.
And the Olympic survived, but lived a full life. So she was the lucky sister.
Yeah. I think there was actually only one person they know for a fact that survived all three accidents, or all three sinking.
It was a woman.
Yep, Violet Jessup, we all know. And yet we've never seen it. And here's the funny thing, we've seen her in drama retelling in documentaries, but we've never seen Violet. We never saw Violet Jessup in any films. And I think she should have been involved. She should have been in James Cameron's movie because she played a historical fact in Titanic's sinking. And she should have done.
She's a little too old for that, maybe. I mean, this happened in World War One, which was about 100 or some years ago.
You mean Rose herself, who was in love with Jack? Yeah, I know. Ugh, two separate worlds. But to me, nowadays, it's not about Jack and Rose and the love story of Titanic anymore. I'm always watching the movie because of the historical facts. I'm kind of pushed away from, what Cameron was doing, because that was what we learned growing up.
Sure.
So I can't stick with the historical facts, okay?
But I'm on the tip of the iceberg of how Titanic actually sunk if she was hit by a torpedo. Because some say it was the iceberg, some say it's a torpedo, but I just don't know. I'm going with the torpedo theory because it's World War One.
Well, Titanic wasn't struck by a torpedo. She actually was hit by a mine. It is confirmed.
Yeah.
A mine? So...
Yeah, blew it up.
So technically the movie was wrong.
No. Look, listen, man. The movie was wrong because at the time that was just a complete overall variation. Okay, that was a fictional retelling. Okay, they've never done a retelling of what actually had happened. So you get my drift.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, back then when torpedoes hit you, half the time they didn't even go off.
They weren't strong enough. If Britannia was hit with a torpedo, it wouldn't have done too much damage. She would have been too big.
Yeah, I mean, look at Lusitania. It took several torpedoes to bring that one down.
Okay.
Lusitania was hit just by the one, and a second one from the interior just blew up, and down she went. Yeah. I think we're to one. I think if I was to a torpedo,
you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
It took more than that one explosion to break it down.
So basically, the thing is about the Titanics, they weigh about 25 big boys in a way. So
oh boy, let's not compare Titanic on the ocean lines to steam locomotives. Okay, that's a little bit extreme. That's a little extreme for me to take. Okay.
Okay. Some people want to be let in.
I know. This is the thing. I just let you know, slide come out. I know you guys. I know you guys want to join. I know I've got a big fan base, but remember, on stream, I'll bring who I want in. Respect that, please. You don't call the shots, okay? Just please. That's what stresses me out, okay? Can't always be in every time. After all, since I am wearing the captain's suit, let's just say we're on a Titanic stream. So I give.
Does that mean I get to be the first mate, or am I stuck being the cabin boy? Because I'm not joining the Black Mate. I'm not.
So
no, basically, you're my first. Let's just say you're my first officer.
Yay!
So I'm the ship.
Well, hey, I'm not going to call you. Hey. You do. You're calling yourself Titanic. You're my second officer in command.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I'm assuming I got first because I called dibs and firsties.
Depends really, dude. Look, don't have to apologize. You just gotta understand. You guys there who are watching in, yes, Thomas, you keep calling me Captain Glenn every single time. I know, it's a cracky joke. He says it every time.
Captain Star from Tugs.
Who? Wow. Wow. You think I look like Captain Star? Wow. Well, that's a first time.
Well, I mean, we never saw Captain Star, so
You just remind me of him just with the hat.
You know what would be quite nice, actually, and I know this is going to be extreme. We're going a little off topic, but just keep it around here. The way my brain works with this, right? Now, just imagine, I've said this with the Thomas community, about doing it in human style. Now, can you just picture tugs in a live action style? You have the tugs themselves in a live prop, and you use CGI when they're out and about moving around. But instead of the actual guys being named on the ships, what if we had people who would call that, like you have Sunshine's there, you have 10 Senses there, and you got Hercules, and you have Top Hat himself, and then there's Mr. Star dressed in his suit, and he's actually a visible human being. You know what I'm saying? Think about
I've
that.
heard
And yeah,
worse.
Sitting there.
just think about that. I mean, how cool would that be? A live take of tugs, and you have big city pools all in CGI. But everybody's wearing the classic styles, and you even, oh, hey, Pepsi Addict 18. I'm actually coping quite well.
I want to see what a human puffer looks like. That'd be funny.
Well, we won't know who Captain Star looked like. I always thought he looked like a young man. Who knows? Maybe who knows? Maybe he does look like me. Maybe if you want to go that far, if you want to picture him that way.
Yeah. I have to say, you British are lucky. You got the actual version. We got Salty's Lighthouse over here in the States.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant.
I mean, the worst shipwreck for the. Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a reason why we don't talk about it.
That's all right. It doesn't really matter about having Salty's Lighthouse. I had a funny feeling it was based on an American lighthouse. I just didn't know which one it was based on. That's all. But that's really cool.
Yeah.
It could also be based on a French lighthouse as well.
I see 24 p.m. is there, and he says, and he's like, wow, he thinks I look like Hercules, except I need the glasses. Okay. I think that's a little bit going over the top. I don't think I'd picture myself as an ocean-going tug.
Since we're on the topic of shipwrecks, this is reminding me of the Aaron Fitzgerald that crashed in Lake Erie.
That's another one of my favorites. I love Fitzgerald, mainly because of the theme song, and of course she's nicknamed the Titanic of the Great Lakes. Appropriate name for that. Much like Titanic, just like Titanic, she too lays in two pieces, except she made an end quickly and only lost 29 men completely. Whereas in Titanic's case, she took longer to go down, and she had survivors. So,
I think people fail to appreciate how big the Great Lakes are.
Exactly.
I know how big they are. Yeah, Lake Superior is the biggest of them. That's where the Witch of November is.
So this is actually the way I figured out about that is because I was on one of the old Erie Lackawanna's routes across Lake Erie. I'm like, oh, there's a ship crashed there. I forgot.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Lake Michigan, the second biggest one I live by, it takes 100 trillion gallons just to fill up an inch of water in there. It's 500 feet deep.
I do not want to swim there.
That's kind of shallow enough for any shipwrecks, I mean, Edmund Fitzgerald is kind of just beyond the normal.
Shipwreck.
Superior.
And Botanic lies in 400 feet, so she's in 100 feet shallower waters compared to the lake that you just mentioned.
Yeah. Well, Superior, when the bodies go down, they don't come back up. It's so cold down at the bottom that the gas that bacteria that causes the bodies to float up to the surface, it can't survive down there, so it stays down there.
And the only thing that's good about the Great Lakes is that unlike the Atlantic and the Pacific, the shipwrecks don't deteriorate quite quick down there. They're clean. It's clean, fresh, salty water. Yeah. So it's almost like in this way, the Great Lakes are like a two-faced style ocean.
Yeah.
It's like
they really should be a sea. I mean, all five, just call them one sea.
Oh, cool. I think Lake Superior is, being the biggest, in my opinion, is the one that we can officially call the Sea of the Great Lakes.
Well, I mean, they're all connected. There's really no separation between the five.
There's Lake Erie, and hang on.
There's Trick to Remember, the
Lake Ontario. Lake Ontario is there, and Lake Erie. I think Lake Erie is the smaller of the bunch. I think
It's the smallest of the 5, yeah. Yeah.
that one.
Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, Superior, Holmes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm going to bring some of these other guys in because I know some of them want to be in.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure who is who because I'm seeing guys change their names left, right, and center.
Okay, Titanic is back.
Titanic, so we got a Titanic lover who's down there watching us. But either ways, I mean, there are so many great other ocean liners. And speaking of shipwrecking as well, you know, to commemorate with Titanic, I mean, there are so many great ones that I've liked, particularly the ones I've liked recently. And just go off topic just a little bit. It wasn't too long ago, this month, that we just recently celebrated 80 years. 80 years of the Battle of the Denmark Strait between the legendary battleship HMS Hood, the pride of the UK fleet, and of course when she took on the legendary German battleship Bismarck. And of course, a few days ago on this day, May 27th, 1941, we Brits sank the Bismarck in revenge for taking down HMS Hood. So it's been 80 years.
Hold on a second, I gotta show you guys something.
This is why I respect you British people. You guys are very respectable.
Well, of course we are. Despite we can be cold and calculated at times, but we do have respect in the end. We all have our lights and our darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Natalie, so your Wi-Fi, the Infinity Demon, please don't even bother singing the Bismarck song from Sabaton because I freaking am in love with that film. I mean, with that song, man. I always sing it. No, I've already just done a Titanic spin off it as well.
Oh, cool.
Oh, superb.
It was actually signed by a survivor of the Bismarck.
Holy shit. Oh, my friend's not lad. In this case, to put it in my alter ego, Kane Smith's words, holy smokestacks.
Yeah.
So you've actually got a piece of Bismarck's identity crisis from a former, well, I wouldn't say a former German Nazi, but Jesus Christ, you've got something there, man.
Yeah.
You know what you should do now, mate? If you ever want to get a Bismarck thing, you should get this off Amazon. And at a good price, I dare you to. Because it comes not just with Bismarck, it comes with Hood herself. And you can reenact the battle in the Denmark strike and then redo what you think would have happened if events had been differently. No joke. I'll send you the link right now, actually. I'll put it in the chat.
Oh,
Hang
thanks.
Could I say how I discovered about the Titanic?
Sure.
How did Titanic come into your life then?
Well, I think so I was doing my homework and my father came up to me and he was like, "Hey, son, I just want to ask you, do you know about the Titanic?" And I said, "What's the Titanic?" And he told me about it, and then I got more into studying it, and that's how I found out a bit about it.
Hey, Slimy, hang on a second, dude. Slimy, can I go check the private chat and you'll see it right there.
It's pretty interesting. Parents can teach us a lot.
There you go. It's got Bismarck and Hood side by side together.
I was actually learning about World War II last week in school. I was pretty interested in it.
And just before we go back onto Titanic again, do you know how I discovered about Hood and Bismarck? It was actually way back in 2001 on the day they both got rediscovered, and on the day Bismarck was refound and the year Hood was found, when it was during the 60th anniversary. And here is the best DVD I advise you both to get. Even if you, and it's the best one. You can even play it on YouTube right now if you want to watch it. But I advise you, it's really good. It's how I got into these two vessels. They're my two personal favorite battleships. And speaking of battleshipping, I actually have been on one, and I know it wasn't British. I've actually been on an American one, and do you know who it was?
What?
basically one of America's powerfulest that could have given Bismarck a run for her money.
Oh god.
And I was one of the first guys to go on board her when she was docked in California, not far from where Queen Mary is, who I've also been on board. Do you know who it is?
Who?
Slimico Studio, you'll be surprised. I was actually on board the USS Okay, somebody's playing tennis there. Hang on. It was actually I was actually on board the USS Iowa.
USS Iowa?
I was one of the first
Oh,
guys to board her.
sweet lord.
Yeah, that's one of our most famous ships. I mean, it's up there with the USS
Yeah.
Constitution.
Yeah, I was one of the first guys to be on board her. I was one of the first Brits too.
Wow. I'm just at a lost for words right now.
In 2012, yeah, her crew survivors who were with them, they were honoured to hear from me, and I was so blessed. I was so happy. I actually got a good taste of what it was like to be on an American battle cruise, and I felt the pride of the US flowing in me blood. Even though I'm British, I got the idea what it would have been like if I was an American, which some people think I am. Some even go as far as saying that I'm bloody Australian. It's been a gag in me since I was 14. Okay. Ugh.
We actually have a part of the country that the British accent never disappeared from. Couple small sea islands. It's a mixture of somehow they mix all the different accents from Great Britain, including Scotland, Welsh, and Ireland, and it's all just one mixed together.
I'm usually thinking it's New England.
Yeah. I forgot what it's called, but there's this. But everybody sounds like they're from the UK, even though it's the small island in the US.
You know what's even amazing? When I got to learn more about Titanic, there was one event I remember so well, and it was one of my first trips. They actually did this event, and I swear down it was in 97, or it could have been 98, or was it 1999? I can't be too sure, but it was somewhere in that time just before we entered the new millennium, okay? And I went to the Sea Life Centre in Birmingham, in my hometown, and they had this amazing event, and Titanic was sitting right there in the far corner. Like, they had a rusted section of the hull, like a covered variation, to make it look like it. And then all of a sudden, we did all this cool stuff that they did, and they were laying bits and bobs of Titanic everywhere. And then eventually you get to the bit where they do the main section, and you go through this cafeteria section, and you pass out where you see the NIC arena, and then you move forward to go down, because it was a bit different back then compared to what you see now. And in there they had two big domes, a big section of Titanic's wreck in a model style of what it looked like sitting on the ocean floor, and then you did another one which had a big length tank-wise about from the floor halfway, and they show you like from the surface all the way down to where it was resting. Okay, that was pretty cool. And then we went into the elevator. Then we go into the elevator, because this was the entrance to the Titanic experience, as it was dubbed back then. Okay, because it was like you were going in the wreck.
Oh god.
And no, the big piece wasn't there. No, this was like
I know. I'm just shocked.
I'm watching what Thomas Crosswell's telling me, right? And then we went down into the main section, and we go through the big tank where you see sea creatures walking around. And instead of that, they had not just that all there, but I kid you not, in protective casings to make it look like they were in the water, which you couldn't see, which was good camouflaging. They had all the relics of the Titanic's wreck in the sea sections, as if you were actually gliding through the wreck. No joke.
Wow.
I saw something similar at the Titanic Museum in Cove.
No joke. They had the actual artifacts. At the time, I didn't realize they were. I just thought they were just made up a thing or whatever it was. And then they had in the background a huge, well, it was clever effects back then in the 90s. They had a massive case of Titanic moving around in the water as if its ghost was sailing in the ocean, and it was kind of creepy. But it was awesome at the same time, right? The lights were glittering on and off. It was brilliant. And then the event, and then you go to the and the aftermath when it's over and done with, and you go into the charity, the shopping store, and it's on the other side, and you walk your way back to the entranceway. It was all Titanic memorabilia, anything. It was really, really cool, because they were doing. I wasn't too sure if it was on the anniversary or they were doing something. I have no idea, but they had something going on at that point which I was totally unaware of. but it only made my interest even more awesome.
They should do that with Namor Fitzgerald. That would be pretty nice.
They do actually have Fitzgerald in a mall section at a place somewhere. I think at Whitefish Bay. I think it's somewhere at Whitefish Bay. Or there's a museum somewhere. I think where you can actually go in and they have Fitzgerald's bell in there somewhere, and it rings 29 times every time.
Mm.
Hang on. Okay, this is going to be a bit out of hand now. I'm just going to go to this trailer that I did with a very old friend of mine who I've lost contact with, who I wish I could have been in contact with, but I do miss him quite a lot. I know people won't like the idea about this, but just bear with me on this. I did this, as you said, Mr. RMS Titanic yourself, dude, about this whole Thomas training and the whole thing's coming on. And yeah, hang on. If you guys want to join in the fray, you guys can go. Hang on, I'm just going to give you the link, so you guys want to pop in, you can.
If you hear weird noises coming from my laptop, I'm on Discord as well.
I have one too as well, buddy.
Cool beans. If you want to add me, it's Falcon the MSR engine.
Hey guys, you cannot see this ad character, but I actually have got a replica of Titanic's bell hanging on my wall right now. It's just our camera shot. You can't see it. And you know where I got it from?
Where?
From the RMS Queen. I got it from the RMS Queen Mary herself from her gift shop for $32.
What, $2?
It was Titanic. It was, we were in the post-Titanic time, in 2012. It was Titanic's year. The year she dominated.
Yeah.
No, there is actually going to be a real Titanic going to be built, but the project was canceled for some reason.
That was that you're remembering from the past one. They've done other projects before, but this one is still ongoing. It's just we've got until next year until we hear the final word if it's going to be built. So
that goes for our T1 trust. If you don't know,
that's gonna no. That's 2030. The
Yeah,
T1 trust, the Pennsylvania engine, that's going to be built in 2030 when that's completed.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of excited for that.
Yeah, as am I. I'm looking forward to it.
I have a friend who was British, and he said, I don't think it's gonna be weird having a modern steam engine beating another steam engine's record, even though it's still probably gonna be there by then.
Oh, and I see Thomas is looking at a ocean liner, almost looking at the hospital ship formation. Who was that supposed to be?
Oh, it's Britannic.
Actually, Britannic's a four funnel stacker, not a two funnel stacker. Unless this is his own take. And if it's his own take, I understand.
Thomas just knows something bad is gonna happen.
Hey, mate, don't worry. I'm going to about put you in. Hey, Aaron Mazza, welcome aboard.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, okay. Told you I was going to add you in.
All right. Well, no, I'm just gonna pop in and give you my experience about when I was visiting the Titanic Museum.
Okay, he's going to let us know when he gets back in.
Okay, I'm just gonna check on some stuff.
Oh, at the Cove Museum. Yeah, Cove Titanic Museum, since that was the last place it stopped before going to America, that it never made it to. List of comparison of ships that were built. For some reason, they had the USS Constitution as a comparison. I get it. I get it was nicknamed Old Ironside because it sank a couple British ships, but yeah. And I get the Irish aren't a big fan of the British, but yeah.
I like the idea they use the USS Constellation as a, that I find intriguing.
Not the Constellation Constitution.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, there he is. He's back again.
All right.
Okay, let's give that a retry.
All right. Well, here's the thing with the Titanic Museum from my experience. When you go on board, they give you names of a of a passenger that was already on board the Titanic during that time. And you need to figure out if that passenger survived or if they died on it.
We have that as well. We have a Titanic museum exhibition. We have the exact same thing here in the UK, and we do it on different events. And it's called the Titanic Experience. My first one was in 2011, during the 109th anniversary, and they did it again in Kansas when I flew over, to meet an old friend of mine in the suit, except I didn't have this yet.
Oh.
And we did it was a bit bigger. It was a bit more bigger than the one I went to in London, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then what was funny about it is that in both of those scenarios, I survived.
Wow, really? Well, I was one of the crew members.
My first experience was I think, if I remember correctly, I think mine was actually based on a real historian survivor. I think the first time around I survived was from Lawrence Beasy, if you know who he was. He was from second class. So that was who I was when I survived. The first time around.
Well,
so
mine was with this one guy who worked with the boilers. He had a very funny.
A member of the Black Gang.
The Black Gang, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Fireman Barrett Fleet?
Oh, he had a funny last name. It started with a P or something.
So it wasn't Fireman Barrett Fleet who saw who was the one? Not him, not the fireman, Frederick Fleet, whatever his name was. No. Okay. The second time I went in and I survived, I couldn't believe it. I was actually the second time I survived on in the one in Kansas one. Okay, was Second Officer Charles Lighthonor. I couldn't believe my luck.
Really?
Yeah, I was in the ticket members, and I was Second Officer Charles Lighthonor who survived. One of 4 officers who lived.
Oh, hang on a minute.
I was so convinced that in the 100th anniversary when I thought I was going to be the captain, that I was thankfully, I guess the spirit of the Titanic was watching over me. And I kid you not, I swear to God, I thought I saw his ghost when I was in the museum. I was standing on the bridge, looking out to the end of the horizon. They did. I swear down, I thought I saw the ghost of Cam Smith in for real, staying right beside me when I was looking out dead in the horizon. I kid you not, and I'm not going to go supernatural here, but I swear down, I think I was. No wonder I was getting cold chills and felt like I was against somebody that I thought I saw out of the corner of my left eye. Yeah, so there was a couple of emotions.
Well, I've seen stranger things.
I know, but I kid you not. And then eventually, but here's the funny thing though. When I was in the suit and my costume at the event, people thought I was part of the whole thing, and I had a lot of school children. I had a lot of young people coming up to me because they thought I was a Titanic officer. They thought I was the captain of the whole ordeal. The way I was talking, how I was communicating. I know it's crazy, man. But that's the fun thing about the whole ordeal. And it still happens today, still. No matter what. No matter how old I'm getting.
The ghost thing, though, is just surprising to me. I'm just like, what?
What you mean, Jake? I'll have some context. Okay, Titanic Love, I know you want to join big time, but we've got 2 Titanics here, and then it will cause some absolute chaos here. They'll think who's the real one.
Actually, hang on, Kane. I'll be Olympic.
Alright, I think I'm gonna get off now. It was good talking to you guys. Bye.
You too, mate.
Take care, man. Hey, Cyclone, I'm going to hit the share screen because this was something. Oh, thanks, 24, man. Yeah, I know. Here we go. I'm going to actually hit the share screen and. Oh yeah, the experience. That was the second experience of the museum. The first time in Liverpool, the one I went to not Liverpool, I mean in London. That didn't happen. Okay, that was just a normal event, and it was quite intriguing. It didn't have the same effect though. Okay, because if you met, that was 2011. This was 2012. I was talking about the second one in Kansas. That was the effect when it really hit me. Okay, and they even have a bit of Titanic's hull recovered, and you can actually put your fingers in, and you can actually trace the hole. And I'm not gonna lie, my own flesh has felt it, and that was ultimately the experience that really hit me deep down. So much so, everything around me faded into black, and all I could see was just Titanic. And I'm not going to sound like I'm mental here, but I swear down I heard a voice in my head, and my name was being called. And I kid you not, I heard this right. I turned my head around, and looking right behind me, I feel someone's arm resting on my left shoulder. Turn around, and there she was. It was actually Titanic in her human form in my fanfics that made people hate about. And she was right there, right behind me, smiling like a goddess. The next thing you know, I'm hearing my mom's voice calling me, and I snap back into reality. And I kid you not. No, that was funny, okay? But here's the thing, even my dad couldn't believe this. But he and her and some other onlookers, they actually saw me in tears. I was actually crying on my 2 feet. And I don't know what happened. I don't even recall, but I was. I don't know what happened. And
I think
I literally, I don't know.
I think you had like an out of body experience.
Maybe that it was. Yeah, I literally was. I didn't move for a long time.
Well, okay.
And I don't know what happened. I just kind of just fell back slightly. Luckily enough, I regained my composure, but that was the most strangest experience I've ever had. And I wouldn't say I'm not trying to get emotionally romantic around with this, but that's what it felt like.
You know, you're not actually the only one that.
It's true, man.
You're not the only one. I felt it
Not
too.
the first time I've had anything like that supernatural. Oh yeah, the one in Belfast was very different. That was completely different compared to what I was just telling you. Okay.
Kane?
Yes?
Can I tell about my out of body experience?
I'm getting a little bit of a lag here. I'm gonna have.
I can hear you clearly. Aaron,
I'm getting a little bit of a lag.
I can hear you clearly on my end. Clean as a whistle.
All right.
But anyways, what's your out of body experience with Titanic, Mr. Olympic?
Well, it wasn't with Titanic. It was about one of the great train wrecks, if you ever heard of them in America. Is that okay if I tell about it?
Oh,
sure. If it's a similar thing connected with Titanic, you're more than welcome to actually, if there's anything that can be connected or related to what we're talking about, that's fine. If it's similar to what we're talking about, that's good.
Well, this happened when I was actually asleep. So I was just dreaming about trains.
Ooh, tell us about it.
So me being me, I was dreaming of me being in 1912 as a train driver for the Illinois Central, and I looked behind me, like I stuck my head out the cab, and I just saw a train in front of me, 442s, and I just wait. Great train, 442. Then when I woke up, I just saw my body there and a piece of metal on my roof, and that's it. That's all I can remember.
Short-term memory.
Yeah, I was just so scared.
Wow.
That's all. That's it.
Okay, I'm just going to hit my share screen here, guys. I know you saw us before, Aaron, but Salamika, I think you're going to like this. Any of you guys who might be familiar with this, I showed this when we were celebrating Titanic's anniversary earlier during the sinking, but because it's part of the 110th birthday, it's appropriate that we just do somewhat of a repeat of. Oh, and speaking of which, Aaron, I managed to get a contact from Leo, and he was commenting on Leo videos, and that was pretty good. He hasn't forgotten, so still in contact with me.
All right, now which video? Now which video is this going to be your?
No. I would love to have played the music video that I did back in 2012, but we don't want to. But you know, we want to avoid. Okay, avoid. You know what?
Yeah.
We want to avoid that, but we can still show this. So, okay, I think you're going to like this. And this was actually me talking in my old voice, back in my old microphone, as in my old Train OC, and then I'm going to play the prologue that was never to be. Here we go.
All right.
This was supposed to be during the 104th anniversary, and then we went to the 106th, and we just scrapped it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Project in a chill.
Can you see?
Hundreds and hundreds of miles away from the Newfoundland coast, at the bottom of the North Atlantic.
I know that guy.
The final resting place of a legend.
Who is this man?
On a fateful night on April the 14th, 1912.
Yep, and that's me, Soka. That's my Train OC in my old look at the time.
I remember that.
Clear.
And there's and there's Orts.
Mr. Ortez.
Who's that green locomotive right there next to you?
Oh, that was my old buddy Jerome.
Hey, they also
We've sadly parted ways now.
Smooth night.
Okay, let's continue.
Titanic perished, sinking to an icy grave, leaving behind the dying screams of her passengers and crew. It was a disaster on a scale never before seen that ushered in the death of an era. An era of when man thought he had triumphed over nature. Man thought he had believed he had built the indestructible and had conquered the seas. But it all ended in tragedy. In the decades after the tragedy, ghost-like stories have been told about the famous liner, but they have never been revealed until now. And one in particular had recently come. During the 104th anniversary of the celebration of the sinking of the loss of Titanic, the island of Sodor came face to face with her for the very first time. And from April 10th to April 14th, Titanic's ghost invaded Sodor, spreading her legend around as if spreading a warning to tell them that no matter what happens, ship disasters will always keep occurring and that her lessons will still be learned. Welcome to an anniversary special as we celebrate 104 years of RMS.
Titanic.
Shit.
Yes, most of this editing was done by me, including that. It was a good combination that me and Mr. Ortez did together. But I did most of the editing in this, including the audio.
Too many never came to production.
Yeah.
And the only thing that we do have existing is the prologue and the infamous video that I actually used my music video and his video combined, and it did a tremendous job and it worked beautifully. And even some of my artwork was shown in the video too. That was back in 2016, gentlemen.
Remember when I made my Titanic video?
Yes, I remember.
The one that I had to use the theme song on.
You did, yeah. So what do you think, Slimico? I think that was a pretty good trailer back then. And that was me talking. Just talking.
I remember first seeing that trailer. Was disappointed it never came to fruition, but I understand things happen.
Well, I am playing for a reboot on it, but it won't be with those lads I was once with, because I have my own interpret, because at the moment I'm too busy focused on trying to get the Britannic one done. Yes, you heard me correctly. Britannic is going to have our own encounter with Sodor. And
it's going to be a lot more scarier than Titanic or...
Oh, no. It's just going to be a much more sadder and tragic variation, because the story I'm working on with Britannic's encounter on Sodor was actually the very first fanfic story I did on DeviantArt with a very old friend of mine who could be watching us right now, who I still am in talking with, was what got me into doing my own railway series talk when we were doing my own fanfic series back in the day. Okay, as crazy as that may sound.
Yeah. Truthfully, when
Oh,
I
yes,
first saw that, I thought it was going to be in the Timothy universe.
No, that's going to be
Yeah.
completely separate. Although back in those creative years, Timothy would make a cameo, but he was not a demonic demon or whatnot. No, he was basically, yeah, he was still a supernatural.
Yeah.
But he wasn't a demon. He was
Proteus?
just an ordinary good guy, just passing around. You know, you just didn't know he was there.
Kind of like Proteus.
Yeah,
That's right,
like
yes.
Proteus.
In this version, he was like Proteus. He was basically a friendly ghost. Or you could say he was basically Casper on 6 wheels.
He's basically.
Yes, I know.
Proteus.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, Falcon or Sir Handel lost 2 brothers. If we're counting Albert and an engine called Hampton from Wales.
Who knows? Maybe Proteus, perhaps, maybe.
Why
Maybe Proteus.
why
But
don't-
then again,
I'll be
why don't you go ahead and show Simika my film?
I would like to, but like I said, we're on a limited time base as well. I just started coming out. We've just been on for a full hour, and I've got to keep an eye on the time because I have to get up very early in the morning. So
Me too.
a few more hours and we'll be okay. Okay, so just bear with me.
Okay.
I got class. in the
Oh,
morning.
Stanley. Yeah, no. That does not count or whatnot. Yes, Titan Lover, you're gonna come in after we've had this promo taking, and then you will be with us.
My
Okay.
brother is coming to join me after so.
Oh God, please, Mr. Olympic, let's not do. Look, I know role
just
playing is
kidding.
one thing. Let's
just
not go
kidding.
there, man. Let's not
I'm
go.
just- I'm
Let's
kidding.
not go there.
I'm
You
just
don't want to
kidding.
do. That's just something I know it's
Ow.
cool, but it's not
I
my
just fell
cup
off
of
my bed. I fell off my bed. Help. Today has been a very tiring day for me.
It's been bloody hot. It's been 22 degrees today.
I did not.
Wow.
22 degrees. It must be freezing outside.
No, 22 degrees. No, it's actually still warm. It's now 19 degrees out there.
Oh, yeah, metrics.
Try
It's
being
summer.
here in
It's not
America.
winter.
Try being here in America.
For us,
Try
that'd
being
be
in
below
Texas.
0 for you in 22.
Well, who knows now? Anyways, here's the prologue that did work, although it's me voicing it again, but I was trying to sound like one of those narrators who has an very elderly voice. Okay, and this was
All
something I was well known for doing. Okay, and most of the editing was done by me in this one. The audio is the same. Again, because I did most of it. All Mr. Ortez did was just put the footage over, and then I did my bits to save him time. Anything, then that's all I did. That's what we called teamwork back then. Anyways, here we go.
With the fan.
Can you see?
Oh yes.
I'm getting flashbacks to my
Random dogs.
No, Cranky's there.
Okay.
The waters around the island of Sodor were still. Both Brendan Docks and Knapford Harbour almost eerily dead silent.
Got
But
it.
the previous night before, the railway and its engines came face to face with a legend that they never thought they would see in their lifetime.
Sunshine.
They had seen the ghost of the most famous ship the world had ever seen, RMS Titanic.
Southampton, 8'12".
She was to be colossal, magnificent, built to match the vision of the men who made her.
Someone's
Men
phone's going
driven
on.
by boundless ambition
Not mine.
and by absolute conviction. Altogether, Titanic took over 6 years in the making to design and build. But on her maiden voyage in April 1912, she hit an iceberg and sank in 2 hours and 40 minutes, taking 1,500 souls with her to her watery grave. In the aftermath of the Titanic disaster, her legend grew so big and far greater than any other ship in history. In 1985, her wreck was discovered, and soon after, books and films were made to further increase it.
I read this classic.
By 2012, after 100 years, her legend reached new levels. The world gave her their deep sympathy, respects, and to let their emotions know of just how touched they were by her loss. A loss that came too early.
Oh, hey,
Now
there's
it's
Jeffrey.
2016, and 104 years would pass since the disaster took place. But this time, the engines of the North Western Railway were going to get their first encounter with
The Titanic.
They would change their working lives forever.
Brother.
This is the story of the engines who sought the spirit of the lost ocean liner and how it would cement its legend into Soto's own.
It's Thomas. I loved it.
And yep, that's Titanic's whistle blowing off.
Wow.
This is Titanic. She was born in the first decade of the 20th century during the Edwardian era, at a time where ocean liners ruled the waves. At the time of her construction, she was the world's biggest ship, being
Carter the Unthinkable.
tons and 882 feet long from bow to stern. She was unlike any other ship the world had ever seen, surpassing all her rivals. Her main strength of that of what was luxury, which many shipyards were trying to compete and outdo others, to see who could build the biggest, the lavish, the fastest. It represented the pride of nations which was at stake, and the pride of workers too. With Titanic and her sisters Olympic and Britannic, her owners hoped to achieve a monopoly on the transatlantic route and drive all competition out of business.
And there is said to be the last ever photo of Titanic when anyone saw her before she would be discovered.
And the rest of those are paintings. Yes.
May they rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord.
Tragically, the Titanic never fulfilled that promise, and her sinking was on a scale of such magnitude never before seen that it marked the death of an era. For several decades, stories of her ghost have been cited, but were never told to the public.
Almost like Timothy.
The Flight Controller's engines had heard and seen Titanic with her fame from the films, photos, and posters that were held or presented whenever the anniversary in April came. However, the news of the supernatural occurrences had never taken place on the island of Sodor. But all of that had changed. And it all started in the beginning of 2016.
Ooh. Ominous.
Very spooky.
And that is a story for another day.
Okay, let's not go into the Titanic, man, please.
Oh.
Let's already, man.
Yeti, go and close that door. Sorry, my dog opened the door again.
Pterodactyls can open the door.
Okay, I don't know what's going on with any of these. So, well, yeah, well, some of these people are intrigued to see what's going on. Yeah, we're all doing good. Let's play, man. old friend, man. We're doing very well. If you want to join in, come in. You can join the party, my friend.
I feel like this has something to do with Thomas meeting Titanic, because we keep
Well,
seeing
actually, in the music video that we did, that me and Mr. Ortez were going to do to promote, it does have that kind of effect, but instead Titanic's actually affecting everybody at that point. Everybody.
Well,
But instead of her being a haunted ghost, you could say she's being somewhat of a supernatural savior, somewhat. You never know what she's capable of doing, what she could either give you disaster or could give you a savory outcome.
Basically, she gives good to the good and bad to the bad, in a way.
It depends on what she's going to do. It's like we give you life, take it, or whatever the case may be.
I'm still trying to get over the fact that 614 was on silver pulling hoppers in a break.
Listen, let's just look. That wasn't my idea. That was what Ortez was doing, because in that timeline, American and British and whatnot were all in the same universe at that point. It was a different timeline. Okay.
Okay, that's fair. I'm still happy.
Because every time he uses it, no one's complaining. But whenever I use it, people were absolutely throwing backlash insults at me.
By the way, what does Glenn? What does it say on what's that? Oh, what does it say on your hat that you're wearing?
This?
Yeah.
Here we go. It's RMS Titanic from Belfast. Back to the museum.
Okay.
Belfast, Ireland, I'm guessing.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I hit my head nicely.
And
I'll be and hopefully when we do make it to 2022 for the 110th anniversary of the sinking, I'll be in the same costume all over again.
I bet it was hard for you to find a suit like that.
Oh no! What my parents did, they found a good costume for me because they were going to take this in America because of Titanic's event was happening over there, and because I was going to go on board the Queen Mary. And this is what they were giving me for. And yes, I was on Queen Mary, who actually played Titanic not once, but twice. 1979, and yes, in the awful 2010 Titanic 2 movie, which I know it was bad, but it was loved. But as far as I was concerned, I was so happy to see Queen Mary back playing a fictional Titanic in the modern time, which was to me very refreshing. It gave me a happy, nostalgic feel. So yeah,
when I went, this goes back to what? Oh,
hi, Let's Plays.
Hey, Let's Play. Welcome aboard.
I just realized that I was finally in. I'm just sitting here playing Stormworks.
Yeah, well, welcome to the Titanic's 110th birthday stream that we're celebrating, and I actually am in full costume, as you can see.
Yeah, I like it.
Right from Belfast.
Titanic lovers, this is his stream. You have to wait.
Did you get rid of your mustache, Glenn?
Yeah, I did. I had a quick. Yes, don't worry. I had to have a clean shave. It's growing back. You can see the 5 o'clock shadow on it. It will grow back eventually, but right now I'm a beardless captain. Right now.
I feel like if I were
clean shaven.
Oh Jesus!
I feel like if I were to grow a mustache, it would grow back so fast.
Yeah, it's a shame. But don't worry. If I ever do go back and get the whole, Titanic thing on solo done eventually, hopefully, what I'll do is I'll try and think of a series idea, and I'll start off in a trilogy. Like Olympic will be there, and maybe Titanic will be in the middle, and then Britannic, and then I'll have like an anthology.
Oh, okay.
That's what I might do.
I had an oof moment.
Oh, what happened, Lex?
Hang on one second.
I had a bigger oof moment just now.
What did you say, Shelby?
Guys, I had an oof moment just now.
What is it?
What's the matter?
I crashed my goods train into the station by accident.
Oh dear.
You think that's bad? I just smashed into an island.
Well, if you thought about me, I actually took a simulation test on Titanic once, and I nearly crashed into the iceberg. Luckily enough, I avoided it.
Virtual reality.
I know, I did. I took a virtual reality test, and I actually saved it on my first attempt.
Okay.
No joke. And they praised me.
That's
See you
bad.
later, Shelby.
You know what I just did a
Adios,
couple
mi
minutes
amigo.
ago before the live stream?
All right, there we go. Night.
I crashed not 1, not 2, but 3 good trains in a row. I don't even know how.
777. The triple terror on the main line.
I love that movie. Unstoppable. Is the
And one
best.
was a narrow gauge. I don't even get how that worked.
I tripped over a narrow gauge engine when I was playing a game earlier.
Oh, trust me, I'm not having a good time on my ship right now.
You think you're not
Wow.
time?
Well,
Well,
I
you
mean,
know,
I would
Whoa.
show you, but this stream's about Titanic,
No.
not about.
It's fine. If it's anything to do with Titanic or ship related thing, that's a-okay.
Oh yeah, no, it's ship related, but I don't think you're gonna like it.
I want to
Doesn't
hear
really
it.
matter. Wait,
Whatever.
unless it's not to do with any space shipping or whatever the case may be.
No, it's Stormworks. Stormworks.
Oh, wow, yeah, Stormworks, nice.
I've heard of that
Ooh.
Here, I'll show you. I'm suffering right now, so
That
be
makes two of
warned.
us. Don't worry.
I am actually properly suffering.
Oh, nice. Hey, that's very similar to what we see in the video game that Titanic, Honor and Glory do.
Cool.
Yeah, well, the bad part about my ship is,
Oh, she's flooding.
yeah.
Do you have
Oh,
release chambers?
So basically, your vessel apparently has lost its balance or buoyancy and is struggling.
I mean, I could show you what I did. Yes and no. Here, I'll show you.
This reminds
So,
me of
Someone
I summoned a
Oh.
Megalodon,
why.
and I also hit an island. So now I'm slowly but surely coming out of the water. And it's not looking pretty. In fact, actually, the water's rising.
Gotta
You
try
should
it.
just
Well,
abandon ship.
what you need to try, so you know what we gotta do is get those lifeboats out, get a CQD call, and
I only have 2.
well, that's enough for everybody on board. Get the heck out of Dodge.
I would just jump in the water.
I can't just abandon the ship.
That's something probably I would do.
Well, don't go down with it, mate. Your
Oh no,
life's
I'm
too
not going to go
short.
down with it. I actually might assist it though. Let's see how it. Watch this. So this is how you know you want to scuttle your ship when you pull one of these. So what I do
God,
is I open up
don't
this.
scuttle- No, I didn't say don't scuttle your ship. That's basically what I like to call committing ship suicide.
Ship aside.
It's basically what the Germans tried to do to Bismarck, even though some of them claim they did scuttle her. But no, we sank her first before they attempted.
No. Oh,
You're just gonna abandon everything.
well, actually, the cool part is about the
Right.
ship. No,
How
wait,
strange!
no.
How strange is that? Look at this, guys. How strange is that for a good one? Comparing Titanic to 311, I never thought I'd hear that.
I saw that
actually-
actually in the chat.
Cool.
Who knows what will happen? Anyways, you know what? I might as well play the damn thing anyway. It doesn't really matter.
Now, just by saying 311, I'm thinking of the Frisco Railroad.
God, that's basically 1522 sibling.
I'm thinking of the Mikado, not the mountains.
Where this goes.
Hey, Kane, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
What was your biggest train to oopsie?
That's a good question.
Hold on a second, guys.
I know you had a pet dog. I don't know. I can't even answer that question, mate. That's a bit tough.
I have so many oopsies in Lake Valley Railway, you don't even want to know.
I know there's a couple incidents where I had a few minor scrapes for my company.
By you saying that, you mean by a lot. That's
No, actually, we only had a few. There's
I'm like,
here. I'll tab out. Yeah, but no, we only had a few. Basically, my mountain type. I have a Kane fan came up with 311. He gave me the idea for my engine, 2018, which is an R1A mountain type, which is about 2 times or 3 times the size of 311. You'll get that visual very good.
So
I like that. I like the idea of that, mate. Thanks. I appreciate. I'm happy I actually inspired you.
Yeah. No, 2018 originally came. Actually, I even have the model 2018. I could probably load up Gary's mod and show you after we're done tormenting this poor boat.
I might end up going soon enough. Oh, one guy says on Facebook here, apparently, because everyone's celebrating Titanic's birthday right now on Facebook as well. One guy Okay, one guy said, it says, what if Titanic had waited another week or had sailed a week earlier? What if, yeah. You know what I'm thinking of?
That
I'm
would
thinking
be
if that
pretty interesting.
happened, if that happened, then we wouldn't have the events that would have unfolded, perhaps, maybe.
That's a good point.
possibility.
It is a good point because you have to remember Titanic sailed right around the time icebergs were,
Well, yeah, if you remember, 1912 was a very bad spring year for iceberging. It was an enormous ice field never foreseen. It wasn't an ordinary year,
it was
unfortunately.
abnormal. It wasn't normal. It was
No,
abnormal.
because there was an
And it
enormous
doesn't
ice
look like
field.
I'm launching lifeboats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh dear.
Well, as tragic as the Titanic was, it was thanks to that tragedy that we now have all these safety protocols.
True.
That's
I mean,
the twist
yes,
of
we
fate.
lost.
It's almost like in a way Titanic committed a self-sacrifice. As well as but the thing was there was so much faith in technology that they were bringing out back then. They were literally developing the blueprint of what we're living in today when they were shaping the world, and that was a good thing they were doing. The downside is that she was following out state lifeboat board of trade. There were no safety regulations for a ship of her size. She was a new generation type of vessel. She was basically the super era of her time. They were basically they didn't update the safety modifications that were given because the trade regulations were 20 years out of date.
I gotta get inside my ship and I can't get inside it.
You're already inside your vessel, bro.
Hey, have anybody read about the Titan ship? I just think that is very spooky.
The fictional version of what Titanic could have been like, the guy who predicted it all that would have happened.
Yeah.
The wreck of the Titan.
Yep.
I did mention that in my book. I mentioned that in my story too.
Yeah, no, this game's actually pretty cool. I'll have to show you guys. There's actually a small version of Titanic.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
We've seen that. I've seen it many times.
No, like this is not the 1/5 scale. This is like a 1/1 scale almost. This is the bathroom. Alright, I need to go up on deck. There. Okay.
Oh, hang on a second, guys. I just got to the volume. I've actually found a clip here of myself on board Queen Mary inside her SOS room.
Oh.
Not Titanic related, but I'll show you for a good laugh.
Well, we're talking about ships, so...
Yeah,
Let me just make the screen bigger. There we go. Oh, hang on a second.
I'm surprised we haven't talked about tugs more, to be honest.
We should.
that will be a stream for another time.
That would be a stream for another.
I will be there for that stream.
Me too.
Anybody can do it, not just me. Anybody else can make their own stream about it.
And that's a story for another day.
Can I say
Jesus.
something?
Yeah.
So basically, you kind of also inspired me to have my own little railroad. And about it, they also go on a star line.
Nice.
The name of it, I still have to come up for it. But I think I want to be between the white star line and the black star line. I'm trying to go with one of those.
Just take your time with it, mate. Maybe you can have an identity crisis. Maybe it started off as one thing and then it got repackaged into another.
Well, you know what's actually funny about that? I have PMM White Star.
Oh?
I'll show you.
I'll show you afterwards. Here's a video of me actually on board the Queen Mary when I was actually doing an SOS in Titanic style. Here I am. There's me in my suit. Dressed as my OC. Actually, I'm about to do the whole thing.
Captain Kane trying to set an SOS.
It's me. I'm on the RMS Queen Mary. I'm not sending out an SOS. I'm only doing this just for fun. However, this is how you send an SOS call if your boat is in distress. Yeah, just remember this is me nearly 10 years ago, okay? Listen carefully.
You sound like a professional with that, Gleb.
I was. Yeah, I actually was. I was sending the actual SOS call that they did that night.
10 years ago, I was in middle school.
And that was me on board the Queen Mary inside the radio room.
Oh no!
saying the
No!
Don't fall.
I'm sorry about that. Oh, there we go. The thing plays in itself by automatically, so sorry about that.
How could did your ship have release chambers so you can just like let the water out?
Well, yes and no. I can't see what's going on. So this is the current situation that my ship is in.
Well, your ship is gonna die.
Yes, I think it is going to die.
Oh God.
I mean,
I say the fact that it is still floating is nothing short of a miracle.
This is up.
I mean, it is an American ship. It makes sense.
So this is a little bit off topic, but last week was my birthday.
Like, look how far the bridge goes underwater.
Sir, you are lucky this is a PG stream.
Hey,
You're lucky
to
I'm
be
trying to keep things PG.
honest with you, my streams are not PG.
Well,
The
I got in
only
trouble
times I
last time I did an
right.
R-rated stream, so
Hey, my thing isn't even R-rated either. It's let's just say it's a male demographic style, but I like to keep mine as friendly as possible when we. But if there's anything that has to be addressed, admittedly, you know, yeah. I try and keep mine as polite as possible.
What?
I think your game's broken.
It is. It's rocking all right.
There's a high chance we might sink.
You never know.
I believe I can fly.
Oh,
I
God.
did. You took off the sharks.
Anything but that.
The little blue tankin' dankin' is here.
Ooh, the little blue tank engine that could.
I'm slipping on a hill.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that's
Wait.
that's Diable Bryro. Oh boy.
Now it's time to put out the boats. Now it's time.
So, Captain, let's play. Is there a high chance that we might sink?
I have
Yes.
no idea. Well, get the man the lifeboats. It's a man the lifeboats and abandoned ship. It's every sailor for himself.
Sir, we only have one life jacket,
Okay, so I'm gonna take it.
and it's the one you're currently wearing.
Oh, no.
Not me. Not my life jacket.
I'm gonna take it.
Wait,
and run.
He's the one that he has the only life jacket. How does he get both life jacket and a boat?
I got a bunch of them in my suitcase.
I mean, I get most of our crew are Irish fishermen, so they can't swim, but still.
Irish? I'm American.
Well, mate, I got a bunch of them in my suitcase, so take them out, mate.
Yeah,
I'm just-
that is actually is something I don't get. 90% of all commercial fishermen in Ireland cannot swim. Apparently, it's bad luck to be able to know how to swim if you're going out in the water.
I think
Yeah, we're dead. The helicopter.
or the Howard helicopter, he'll get us.
Didn't you hear they retired him?
Yeah, he's about, I guess, 70 or 80 years old by now. He's a pretty old man.
There's no way I'm gonna be able to launch this boat. There's no way.
Hurry, because I'm about to jump off this boat.
I mean, you seen Tommy I mean, he's doing pretty old. He's still doing well,
guys.
so.
Hey guys, I know this is. I think we're going to go a little bit insane with this next video I'm going to show you, which I rarely show.
You said the whole time he's up and you couldn't take it down?
Jacobs, he's downstairs. I did take him downstairs.
Hang on.
Come on, get on the boat.
You know the whole thing I was telling you about when I said about I did crossovers back in the day.
Yes.
Remember back in those days? There's some. Oh shoot! There it goes.
Whoa,
Well,
that's weird.
There you go.
I
It's still
can't.
attached.
I can't seem to launch the boat.
Use your
Let me
company
drive the
issue
boat.
revolver.
Hey,
Use it for its purpose.
You want my company to come save you?
Save us, man. Hey, we might get a little off topic with this next video I'm about to show you. You remember back in the day when they did crossovers back then?
Oh yes.
Crossovers back then when they were a big deal.
That's the
Which we
only
do
way
see
with-
today, but not as often. Well, I did one trailer based on the, the terrible Titanic 2 film, but at the time I was using my editing in plot and pacing,
Oh,
and it was just I did it because I was a bit bored, and
um,
it even reveals, it was actually an idea that I had for one of my future fanfics that I have in
guys,
store.
Let's
Guys.
play. They give you a company issue revolver to spare you the pain of drowning. I suggest you use it. Or drown.
Come on.
Honestly, makes no difference to me.
I choose the second option.
What are we gonna do?
I choose the first option.
Well, I mean, think about it. The ship's like, I think it's fully underwater.
Like, at least the back of it.
How about the whole entire ship is underwater?
Okay, we're gonna go with that. Wait, didn't you say you spawned the
Hey, look at those
megalodon?
fish.
Oh jeez, it's down at the bottom.
Ooh, marlin. They're mighty tasty.
They are friendly fish.
Crispy.
I've got the video up here, guys. Yeah, this is going to be a bit weird,
Let me think.
but just
All
bear
right, the
with me.
boat's right here. If I could get the boat
Okay.
unstuck, I could probably get it launched.
And the Timothy videos were also weird, so you got my
No, I'm
attention.
going to this trailer thing. I mean, this crossover thing I did. It wasn't the best I had, but let's just say it was something I did at the time back in 2011 or 13 or whatever the hell it was. But this was back in my prime. You'll be like scratching your head. It'll be like it's like a mixture of the film and animation, and you know what I mean. I think
One of my favorite fan fiction crossovers is with Thomas and Fairy Tale, which actually
No.
works surprisingly well.
Wait, hang on. So Thomas actually encountered the anime universe? Holy crap.
Yes.
It's stories, not
Wait.
videos, but
Can I say something real quick?
yeah,
I did it. I did
all
it.
the characters except for Makarov are engines, and Makarov is Sir Topham Hatt.
Actually,
boy.
that's not the
No.
only time Thomas crossed over to the anime.
Anyways, here we go. You guys ready for this?
universe. Sure.
Yep.
I'll say what I have to say.
Ready for some
afterwards.
nostalgia?
All right, clean up vehicle. All
I'm
right,
Champion 10.
I'm gonna show you guys.
You
something
will
really
eventually, but here we go. You ready for this?
See,
You guys ready?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Just gonna. This is it here. Just remember, this is what I did back in the day.
The prime.
It's not a bad movie, but a good crossover trailer.
Okay.
This was from the tease trailer that I did, but I was using what I had.
I'd like to thank all of you for joining me on this day that'll go down in this nation's history. A day when the lives lost on board this ship's predecessors were remembered with the creation of the greatest, fastest, most sophisticated ship ever created, the Titanic 2. Have another one of your bad buildings, Captain.
Same day.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If I could have your attention, please.
Same course. The same fate strikes again.
RMS Titanic 2 requiring immediate assistance.
Looks like history's repeating itself.
You understand me, Captain? There's another way, Joe.
We gotta find out how fast this thing is moving.
The Titanic 2 crossover. Very respectable. I like it.
That was like, what do you guys think of that for you crossover trailer? That was one of the
I like it.
hit.
I loved it.
And you know what? The best. You know what the best part is? Hey, Kingpin.
Yeah.
You might want to take a look at my screen.
I am. Hold on a
I
second.
Thank all for
Hang on. I'm just checking out my other imagery. I've got some good comments here.
Can I say what I was trying to say something?
Go ahead,
What?
RMS.
So remember how we were talking about the anime crossover with Thomas? I forgot to mention that was not the only time.
Oh, nice. You could see. I see Titanic. Brilliant. Well, so yeah, I know it's not the first time we've seen that. I know. I've seen my fair share of it too. I mean, I love the lighting effects on the model. That's really cool.
Oh,
Amazing.
It's a full miniature Titanic with the interior and all right, hang on. Gotta go camera mode.
Looks pretty accurate.
Where is it? I think this is it right here. We're gonna hide that.
The engine room.
Nice.
Nice.
I don't know if it has boilers. I have no idea what this is. All I know is I see water.
Actually, you are in. You were in the. I think you were in the engine room then.
Well, I think this is the boiler room.
Yeah,
Or
that
part
it
of
is. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, there's the boilers. There you are. You're standing right next to it.
Yeah, those are the boilers. And then over here we got the engine room. Now I actually do plan on sinking this.
Hey, let's not do that on this day, all right?
Please.
Not on this day.
Look,
Later.
not on our
Later.
birthday, no. I let you get away with that once when we did that last game where we kept blowing it over, doing all some horrid stuff, but we don't do that on
you're
this day.
talking-
Yeah,
you're
you
talking about
remember.
box.
Yes, let's not go there again, all right? I let you slide off that once.
Guys, it's been fun. I don't know what time it is for you over here, over where you are, but it's 6:30 for me. It's dinner time, so I will see you guys next stream.
See you, mate.
Cheers, Slims.
The heck?
It's been an honor talking to you, man. To have you on board.
So basically, wow.
Oh,
Titanic's being derpy.
I guess Titan doesn't want to listen. Yep, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't tell a Titan what to do. That's one thing. I mean
That's
that.
for sure.
You don't tell a Titan anything.
Speaking of which, Daboop, quit without saving. I did get a mod for Stormworks that actually shows like telegraphs, like the engine telegraphs and whatnot.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have a mod for it.
So like what I was saying was Thomas crossed over with an anime about trains as well, called Godzilla.
So, oh yeah, like I was telling you. Oh god, anime.
Yeah,
Anime.
hey, anime is one of the best things in this. Hey, do you know what's even funny? Speaking of ships, the most popular one that's really took the anime world by storm is Azur Lane.
I was about to say Azur Lane. Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I'm thinking if they can do that with warships, just picture with passenger ships, and I dare Titanic will be in this. They need to do
Technically,
it.
they already have.
I know, but I mean they haven't done it in a series yet, have they? They've done.
Well, no, they haven't done it in a series, but actually in my server, I have a server, it's called Transatlantic Lines Age of Steam, and our ships are built in with AI cores. AI cores are specially modified to allow the ship to speak with the crew.
That's brilliant. You know what's kind of funny? You know what's kind of funny, man? What's funny about that is that actually the Azur Lane series is it's basically the closest I've ever seen that looks like what my fanfic would be like, you know. And here's another thing. I know it sounds cheesy and apparently, but I got to admit to this. But I'm gonna have to admit to this. But Bismarck in the series, despite she has a very small role near the end of the series, but that's perhaps maybe a build up for season 2 if we get to see that happen, maybe, which I'm hoping they will.
Maybe.
I hope so. But here's the thing: I've just noticed something about Bismarck's look. She almost looks like Titanic in my fanfic. Their hairstyles, her size, her height-wise, everything. Despite she's a German.
What's human Titanic look like? I haven't really seen it. Sorry.
Well, guess what? While you're in luck, actually, there's many takes, but mine's been considered one of the best thanks to an old friend of mine.
Here, I can share. I think I can share my entire screen, right? Just my entire screen. And I'll show you everything that you guys can see, and I'll actually show you what a human Titanic looks like.
I can show you mine as well, but like I said, mine's
look on my server.
Okay, this is kind of embarrassing to me. I have a lot of human AUs for some characters.
Wait, what did you say? Did I hear you just say what I think you said?
Who, me?
No, what's his name?
Let's play.
Let's play. Did you hear you right? What you said? Oh yeah. You're
What do you
my
mean?
server, aren't you? There it is.
No,
I see you.
This is Olympic.
Yeah, that's Olympic
Whoa.
from Master Line. I've seen these from Deviant. Yes, this is what they probably would look like in the video game.
That's
There
Titanic.
she is. Yeah.
So
But
I actually use these two for the AI cores, and believe it or not, both Titanic and Britannic, the whole entire Olympic class in my server, which I'll show you if I can find my who pinged me, who's angry at me. Somebody's angry at me.
Oh God.
Oh boy, someone throwing ice against
When you have a full-fledged server of over 90 members and someone pings you.
I hate that.
Hey,
Oh, here you go. Just to give you a size reference. So these are my friend's ships, right? You see these three?
Yeah, I see them.
See this one at the top?
Yep.
That's mine.
Oh,
That's
God.
basically your Titanic.
No, that's actually the RMS Alexandria. Anastasia class ocean bunker.
That sounds like my
She
last name.
is, well, believe it or not, these ships were made for my company. They are the largest ships in the world.
I see.
So they have, this is the Anastasia. She's the first of her class. As you can see, she has the Mauritania look to her.
I have to admit,
Hang
I
on
really
one
like
second.
that. I have to admit, I like that look.
Yeah.
I like that look.
Turn the heat off, okay. Where's the remote?
Uh-oh.
Hey, Olympic, is it me or am I hearing, is somebody actually sending out an SOS? I can hear it.
All right, it's off.
Oh God, I actually hear it too.
I can hear it.
And I'm back. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, Booze Cruise.
Shit.
Okay, so the Anastasia is the first of her class. So basically, the Anastasia was kind of like the prototype in a way, right?
Yeah.
She was built first. Then when the Alexandria came, she was modified more to have the funnels more evenly spaced, per se. So that's Anastasia. This is how you tell them apart. That's Anastasia.
Mm-hmm.
That's Alexandria. And they're so large that smaller ships cannot be around them because these ships were in World War I and World War II. So you have the Dazzle scheme for Anastasia, Dazzle scheme for Alexandria. Then there's Booze Cruise version of Anastasia because we all know Booze Cruise, Mauritania. My friend did all these, by the way. So
That's
I think
pretty cool.
that's Titanic.
Yeah.
That's Olympic.
Gotta make your mates done a good job on this. So,
Yeah.
a tip of the cap.
And he actually even did Britannic. And the funnier part about it is, during World War I, before Britannic was actually supposed to be a hospital ship, her davits were actually supposed to be red.
Nice. I like
They
the
were-
fact that that's really cool.
So this whole Velociraptor.
Cool. Like,
That is actually that is mine. That is my
I know
Velociraptor.
it is. I know it is. I believe you.
Can I say my headcanon for human Titanic and her sisters?
Yeah, I just showed it. Did you not see it?
I did.
That was the Azar Lane. That was the Azar Lane version. Oh yeah, that's the same.
Nomadic.
Oh, yeah. And I've actually seen Nomadic. She's the only surviving White Star ever existed. She's basically a mini Titanic.
It's literally a mini Titanic.
Literally,
That-
yeah.
that's pretty much what she is.
Basically, we could say it's a baby Titanic.
But here, I'll give you guys this.
All right.
Shaboopy. You guys can take a look at that. Mind you, one of my staff members is very, and I can't send the whole entire thing, so I'll have to send the lore somehow else.
Whoever's doing that apparently needs to leave his place.
There you go. So, just to let you know, one of my staff members is a little sensitive to certain things. She role plays as the main character, not the main character of the server, but my ship, Alexandria. So she is very sensitive to what
Intriguing.
people say and what they do.
Intriguing. Well, intriguing. Well, she can cope with me pretty well. Everybody else, hey, she can do. I bet she can do Titanic's voice pretty well. Unless you can find somebody else.
You'd be actually surprised. Where am I going?
Yeah.
Hampton of Port. So, just to give you guys a little bit of reference to what we're working with.
Hey, it's my show.
By the way, Keen fan, this is Gary's mom. I was telling you about it, remember?
Yeah, I remember hearing it.
There she is. So, I'll show you my.
Is that
a little bit off topic, but I'll show you her. I
Indeed
get
they
her
were.
spawned in because they're gonna probably yell. Oh, just to let you know, bit of spawn lerp. Sorry, guys.
That's
I
like
see,
an engine.
Oh, not bad.
Wow.
It reminds me of engine.
Nice.
This is my flagship engine.
Basically, basically, well, flag engine, but basically it's your main steamer of the fleet.
Pretty much. I'm actually gonna hide this. Right, you go over there. So, this is 2018. Name is Zoe. Yep.
Oh, that's a cute name.
Her name's Zoe.
Oh.
It's pretty accurate.
And very large locomotive. Very large.
Well, I can always tell that large. I think the image says it all.
Well,
Okay, I'll just show you Titanic, what she looks like in mine, and you want to see this, don't you?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Well, here she is.
It's
pretty scary. This is her official.
I think I've seen this one, haven't I?
Yeah, this is her official look in the series if she were in anime form. There she is.
Oh, that's
wow.
Titanic doing the infamous Royal Kneel.
Oh.
I like the little red flag they give her.
Alright, it's the symbols on it's the white star tattoo on her, that's the thing.
And you got the same thing on your hat.
Well, what did you expect?
I'm tired. I did actually post some stuff on my DeviantArt just to let you know. But
just to let you guys know as well, as a big bonus, here's Titanic basically wearing the colors of the red, white, and blue of the United States.
Oh, that was nice of her.
Wow. Amazing.
Basically, it's to her, hang on, let me just see what it means. Oh, yeah. It's basically, it's her way of wearing that on Memorial weekends or anything to celebrate for the nation.
I totally forgot about the Nantucket collision. Someone posted it.
I remember it.
Can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you ask Titanic if she wants to be part of the Freedom Train? Because I'm due to pull it.
Yeah, and that's also another thing as well in celebrationary as well. Yeah, don't worry. It's also a dedication to the AFT as well.
Oh, and by the way, Let's Plays. My flagship engine. Do you know that Erie triplex?
Yeah, the Erie triplex that I voiced. Yes.
Yes, that's my flagship engine.
Wow, that's
the Erie triplex.
Didn't expect that, bro. Wow.
Oh.
I guess this is a plot for everything. Yeah, I see it.
Are you talking about this Mad Lad right here?
The Mad Chad, as I like to call him.
No, not Mad Chad. Mad Lad. Mad Lad.
No, it's Mad Chad. No, it's the Mad F. Shay.
You don't Shay.
Yeah, the Man of Shay.
You just made that pun.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. But listen, that's the character that my character Jason plays. He looks like him, but in fact, he's actually carrying his name in his memory. He carries the same number as him, but he's not actually he's not a 2882 triplex. He's got the wheel arrangement of a 28884. So
basically he's a Mega Berkshire.
Yeah, he's a hybrid of the two classes wrapped into one.
We are still working on that server, by the way, King Fan.
I can tell you're still working on it. You got a long way to go.
Yeah. Actually, you know what's funny?
What?
Unrelated to trains or boats. See, look what I'm making.
I see him.
I call it
Angel Dust.
Jurassic Park: The Resurrection.
Please send me that. I want to join.
What, you want to join my server?
Yes.
I'll just watch it over. I don't want it. I'd like to, but I'm just gonna be like,
Yeah. I have a lot of servers. I'm
in too many servers.
Here's the bad part about Jurassic Park servers.
What?
They're not friendly per se, but they're also dead. So this one, not this one, and this one are dead. Well, this one and this one are alive, but this one they keep fighting with me over my raptor character. Like
0 Robux.
Yeah, 0 Robux.
I have many Robux.
There we go. Now I can make them feel better about themselves.
Yeah.
Evil.
Basically, you gave them a coloring of the rainbow GIF style. Nice.
Oh no, they're probably gonna have a seizure. Someone's gonna have a seizure in that server.
Probably me. High likely it's me.
No, that's actually not my. This is my server, which is still being worked on because I have not added the.
I do have some servers, by the way, and one of them is my Titanic fanfic server, which is you've seen that for yourself, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm actually in it. I believe.
What do you think of the, what do you think of the server? Oh yeah, there it is. That's my server right there. If you want to join in that too, Mr. Olympic.
I shall, and please call me Mr. Just call me a steam engine.
Yeah, but I'm just saying you will enjoy what you might find there. That's all my fanfics are like.
All right.
Speaking of which, look who else I've got. That's Titanic. Titanic herself, and that's actually me. It's my OC. Who's in fact her lover.
I very much.
Wow.
Actually, I do like it.
There's a romance between these two. They're the two main characters.
I found a thing.
What is the thing? Show me the thing. Me. Basically, me and my friends fighting who went 100 miles an hour first.
I would play this, but there's cursing in it, and we don't do that here.
Okay, so a little story. Me and my friends were arguing who went 100 miles an hour first, and I just made the mistake saying, New York Central 999. You don't want to know what happened after that.
Oh, come on.
Me after I ate too much pizza.
Oh, some of these memes are golden. You know that?
The golden
Look, I know memes are good. Listen, I know memes are good, but to me, they're just not my cup of tea anymore.
Really? You don't like memes?
Not all the time, depending on what it is, but some of them are like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm referring to.
Oh, like you wanted me to show them, guys. Here it is.
I prefer Vines.
Oh, wait. Whoops. Hang on.
Oh, can I show something on my screen? If it's okay?
There you go.
Now it's fixed.
Yeah, error fixed right there. That's good. At least you remembered.
I was like, I was looking at this PMM transport, PMM wait. So,
I was just about to point it out for you then. Anyway.
So, wait. Oh, I don't think it's happy that I put. No.
It's not happy.
Ignore that.
I will. Is it okay if I share my screen real quick to show something?
Sure.
So this is a little project I'm working on called My Favorite Tank Engines.
Did you say dank engines or tank engines?
I can't even see your share. Hey, dude, I can't see your share screen, mate. You might want to hit the share screen button.
Oh, you're talking about me?
No, Mr. Olympic hasn't got his up.
Oh, okay.
Is it up or is it broken?
I can't see it.
Do I still
It's
have?
broken.
No, you haven't hit your share. Oh, there you go. Now I can see it.
I don't know if I still have that.
No, this is. It's lagging. I'm so sorry. The lag. I am very sorry, everybody.
I guess it looks like Titanic is preventing you.
Titanic, please stop. I'm begging you. I'm trying to
Sure, it's
show
up to
this.
something. I know it. Feel it. Oh, there we go. Now we can see. All right then.
Don't mind this.
It just had a derp moment. You know how it is.
The dirt moments are the best moments, and you know that.
I'll share my screen again when you're done.
Okay. Alright, so if you see other things, I will explain that if you want to hear it. Let's take
Okay, let's see what you got then.
So,
aggressive typing intensifies.
Let's see what you got.
Okay. Ow.
Oh.
So, I saw some Thomas character tank engines as well, because yes,
I don't
as you can see
remember.
for the... Okay. Oh, God, it's taking forever. This is so embarrassing. And the fact that we're live. I'm so sorry about this, guys. My internet is
Other
poop.
things happen.
So, just to let you know, I'm playing a game that Keen Fan might like, and he might go spastic over.
What
What do
is
you
it?
mean, I won't?
Please say it.
I'm not going to say it. You have to wait.
Say it.
No.
Yes.
No.
No arguments. No one bought this Titanic streaming, otherwise you'll be forced into a lifeboat.
Oh no. Whatever shall I do?
I am a boat.
Not you.
Oh,
I'm talking to both of you. You will be in the lifeboat.
okay. So it's finally done
That's
loading. I think. So as you can see for the first page, I have Liz's So if you remember, Liz's favorite engine, I guess, is Ryan.
Ah, I see. Yeah. Speaking of, guys, just to throw this out, I do miss Liz, and I'm hoping we'll get together and speak things out, hopefully, because I do need to rub something up.
If I adjust her.
There's Ryan. So Shambles Ray, I really could, we need to talk things out with her big time, so I can just wrap something up and to put our differences aside, because she hasn't spoken to me in nearly a few years.
What happened?
Let's just say she's been taking a big break from me and has been avoiding me a long time. All because of what happened last year, which I don't want to talk about. Okay.
Okay, well, moving on.
But I do want.
That's not good. That is not good.
Let's play. Don't even think about playing in a stuttering thing, because that does tend to annoy me.
No. I'm trying to get the game fixed, but there's something wrong with the Titanic.
She's not complying. She ain't complying with it. I'm telling you. You don't want to mess with a Titan. I said before.
Well, I know she's not complying, but she doesn't want to comply.
That's what I mean. You don't tell a Titan what to do.
Like I'm not trying to tell her what to do, but it seems like she doesn't want to cooperate. Normally,
she's mad about something. I think she misses you, Kane. Maybe that's it.
Well, she is my OC character's main love interest, and she is technically married to him.
How fast are we even going?
There she is. Hey! Yes, I know this game really well. Yeah.
Me too.
It's just a shambles that we never get to see. They should do this. If they could do like Trains 12 or something like this, they should do this and make it a Trains. And this is what Titanic should have looked like in Trains 12.
Something's wrong. Something's wrong with Titanic because she's actually not working, at all.
She is sailing. Well, she's moving.
Well, no. Yes, she is moving, but there's something wrong, very wrong.
Maybe she's controlling her own self.
Her lights should be working, but they're not working. I might have to. That's the one thing that sucks about the what's his face's Titanic. It always breaks for me every time.
You do know you could get a Titanic too if you could, like the one in the movie.
1225.
Yeah, but here's the bad part. You want to see what the bad part is? There is a good high quality Titanic out there, and I'll show you. But the person wants people to pay for it. Is this it right here?
It must be it, yeah.
No, that's not it.
How much does it even cost?
It's actually pretty cheap. It's like $10.
That's a steal for me.
$10 ain't too bad. Okay, I'll
yeah,
admit.
but when you're me, there it is. Alex Buteline, videos.
At least it's less than the Broadway Limited 611.
Right, I click here and then I go there. I got it.
Okay, now.
I got it. Here it is.
I see it.
So these have syncing animations, but if I want to buy it, it's like $10
Just
to
save
buy
up
it.
some money. Why don't you save up some money then?
I have money for it,
I
but
just don't want to buy it.
no, I don't want to buy it.
So I take it that engine in the background is your favorite steam engine.
The Berkshires
What?
are pretty cool.
Wait, in the background?
1225.
Let me see. Are you talking about this?
Flower Con.
No, on your internet background.
The
This?
Von Square
Oh, this? Yeah. That's 1225. She's my baby.
765 is my child. Don't touch.
Well, I hate to say there's so many good American engines. 611 ranks up there, but to me it's 4449.
She's the beauty queen. She actually turned 80 years old.
Yeah, I know. She did. Yeah.
I believe
I actually gave her a
Yeah,
present.
here it is right here, but I downloaded it and it didn't work.
Well, she's my fab locomotive. I mean, I know the Dallas were the most beautiful engines. I mean, don't get me wrong, every American engine is beautiful, but when it comes to the daylights, that's the ultimate in beauty. Hey, you got Mauritania or Lusitania up.
Mauritania. Though my frames are like dying right now.
I ended up giving 4449 a present, calling her a boomer.
No idea why they're dying. Oh yeah, this one has lights. This one actually works.
I can see it.
It is hot in my room.
And speaking of which, since we're still talking about Titanic, there's one film that I still think that was, in my opinion, one of the best, despite it was a box office flop in the 80s, okay? But it's become the centerpiece of my fanfic story of Titanic, and I've done an anime reference to it.
Yes. I gotta fix my settings.
Yeah, look. It's what Titanic herself looks like in human form, based on the scene when she got resurrected. Here it is.
24-bit depth. Do I want that? What's 24-bit?
I don't know.
I think that's bad.
You guys ready?
Yes.
There she is. Titanic as she appeared in Raise the Titanic in her body formation.
Okay. So
looks like something from The Little Mermaid.
All right, lads. If I die,
I based the idea from it.
Wait, let's place that something to say to us.
I was gonna say if my computer dies, it's because I'm re-downloading the Titanic.
Why?
Because it broke.
Okay, that seems fair. I'm planning on doing a series called Tank Engine Talk.
Get the Titanic, they said. It'd be fun, they said.
Don't pull that.
But they didn't. Basically, Titanic showed what their true intention was.
There she is. Okay, you, my friend, need to skedaddle skedoodle, so I'm sorry, Titanic, but you gotta oof. Because I gotta... Oh no, I'm gonna get her back, but I gotta fix her...
Yeah, give her a reboot and a nice refix up and she'll be ready for service.
Actually, you know what I do want to check out? Have you guys ever seen those videos with the... Let me see if I can find it. Because they normally do it. The Titanic, the story lives on. There's videos of Vehicle Simulator where it's actually good quality.
Yeah, I have seen them. I have seen these videos before. Yeah, I have. Oh, and speaking of which, for the occasion, I did this as well during the 109th anniversary. I think you were there at the time.
Yeah, here it is. Look at this. Look at this.
Here's basically Titanic and her captain in their final moments before they perished. Basically, she saved his soul and they ended up dying in peace together.
Like,
together?
Do you see those graphics?
No, basically, what you can't see is Titanic's got a hold of the steering wheel, but she's got a tight grip on Captain Smith. And he doesn't even notice that. Here's the thing, with Titanic, when she locks onto you, it's virtually impossible to let go. Like you're in a death grip.
Well, for me...
And she won't let go of you until you die. If that's the fate of her and her captain.
Well, my OC is kind of dead, so I would probably...
No, here's the thing. In my fanfic story, Captain Smith sacrificed himself for mine to live. But then after the ship goes down and he dies anyway, Titanic comes... Spoiler alerts. Titanic's human form comes out. Just moments after death. But just moments after death. And eventually, she's a ghost at this point. only he can see him. And she eventually just goes in and grabs him, and she takes good care of her co-captain until the boats come back. And eventually, spoiler alerts here, again, this is anime craziness, remember. She basically turns my character from being a human being into an immortal.
Ooh.
She basically implants something in him, and he eventually has powers in his own body. But here's the thing: no matter how many times you kill my OC character, he'll just come back.
So if I were...
But she would years later on, when they reunite, again, spoiler alerts, she would discover that she accidentally turned him into an immortal.
So if I were to put
I give up.
Oliver, you would just come back?
Yeah, no matter how many times. He's basically like if he shot my character, he would be out for a bit, and then all of a sudden he just wakes up and he sits up. He does like the Undertaker from WWE or Kane from the sit up, and he has his eyes rolled up at times. But there's a bad thing about that, because when that happens, my OC becomes absolutely backside kicking machine that's unstoppable, because he has what happened to him years afterwards is what contributes to him being an ultimate badass kick, with what he does.
Ooh, they added the French. Oui.
Nice. The French liner.
I want baguettes now.
The baguettes. I believe they actually have White Star Line now. Did they actually... I wonder if they made the White Star Line models. I might not even take the Who-Dizzle.
Wait,
Yeah,
like,
you never know.
It says unreleased, but
hang on, I'll be right back.
I'm confused now.
In what way?
Well, normally you could tell what ships are done. Like, if I were to take a look at the liner index, if we take a look and we scroll down, so let's see, we're looking for White Star Line, right? So it's obviously going to be in the W's. Wait, there we go. They actually look really good. Like, good.
Okay.
Like, they're not too bad. They're not too shabby for models.
Yes, I did. I heard. No, they're not too shabby. They really look pretty good. They look pretty accurate too.
I mean, mind you, you know what? They're not done yet. Do you want to know why?
How?
They don't have any, like, funnel lines or whatever. See, most ships, like, if we take a look at, these ones don't have lines to the funnels on it, but let's say if we look at Cunard, I like how I say Cunard, or, Cunard. I call them Cunard. The French.
Cunard. It's called Cunard.
Yeah, no, they didn't add the lines. Boys, look.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
We have found
Are we in a precarious position to abandon ship?
Not yet. Okay.
I feel like we have to.
This is where it's going to get interesting. There she is. Okay.
Titanic.
So we're going to quit this. Yes.
Good.
We're going to open up vehicle simulator. Now, this is where things are going to get a bit derpy, because I have no clue if this is going to work.
I'll give it a shot. Hey, Mr. Olympic as well. I know I keep calling you that, but it works.
It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, if you want to know what else another issue as well, I'm gonna here's another imagery of Titanic I have. Oops.
Playing tips.
Let's try that again.
To the bridge.
There we go.
I know you're not probably doing requests, but you think you can do this for me? If that's okay?
I'm not really overly questable, to be honest with you, mate. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm very restricted from that. Anyways, here's the Titanic as she appears in Ray's Titanic, her own take of life when she's been discovered, but she has no idea that they're actually watching over. You know what I'm saying? She's like woken up from her sleep.
She looks mad.
No, she's not mad. She's woken up out of her slumber and she's glowing and intensifying.
I'm very scared.
Exactly.
I have no idea if this is going to work.
Just give it a try. Give it a try, mate, and see what happens.
Yep, hang on. You guys give me 1 second. Did vehicle simulator crash?
I'm playing with narrow gauge trains. Don't.
All right, I'll be right back. Let that load. I'll be right back. If it crashes again, we might have a problem.
And of course,
have a problem.
guys, and here's another thing that's really good about Titanic with me and my OC. This is in the later years in life after her resurrection.
Like in what year we're talking about?
This would be This is basically somewhere in the early 90s and into the early. This is somewhere between the late 90s and the early 2000s.
Cody.
Oh, so when I got my new tender.
Cody.
Yes.
Cody.
Here it is.
Wake up.
Titanic is actually sitting behind her captain, basically me. We're in the bridge, working side by side.
That's just beautiful.
Cody.
Wait, does Titanic have a cargo hold?
Wake up.
No, it's actually on the bridge.
Cody.
Oh, so that
Wake
means
up.
if I was,
Wake up, dude.
if she was transporting me, I would be on the bridge.
There you
just
go, okay?
Doing nothing.
But basically,
Easy.
basically she's sitting and focused on her fucking heading while my couch is
Wake
doing
up.
the steering
Wake
wheel.
up. You okay? Mommy's calling you. No. Mommy's calling you. Go to mommy. Do you want help down the stairs?
Sorry, mate, I gotta cut you off there. Oh, that was all about.
Hang on.
I'm playing with narrow gauge choo-choos. Don't mind me.
Okay, hang on. So there's some more intriguing stuff, and that's basically Titanic when she awakened her darker side, the side of her true form as a Titan, that you don't want to mess with. She has a dark side.
Okay, so if I make her mad, I'm just gonna run and hide.
Yeah, she has a dark side.
I think the only way she can calm down is when you're with her or the captain, I'm guessing.
It's not that, it's because when she's really upset or mad at times, that's when she's in her, her powerful form. It's the scene you don't want to see her in.
You have a lot of lore behind you. That's so much lore. There's so much lore. I like it.
Oh, and here's some good scenes here's some lovely scenes I did back in the day, okay? There's I did many different takes of Karen Smith's final moments from the movies, and I was like, what would her human form be thinking? Well, this is what I did. Here's the infamous scene from the 1953 movie, and this is what I did, okay? It's what he's saying, and then this purple comes up, and there's Titanic, and only the captain can see her, and nobody else. Yeah. You can say there's a bit of a strange romance between the two, okay? And then the final moment to unfold. There's the fanfic version of Smith's death in my fanfic when she's got a good grip on him. His body gets destroyed, but the soul lives, and she preserves it. Hence why Karen Smith would later appear to be like a Force ghost from Star Wars, but he's actually only a ghost, only that we can see him. Yeah, I'm going a little Star Wars crazy now. Anyways, guys, okay. Olympic as well. Here's one of the best ones I did. Seeing her own vessel go down as the final moments tick in. And then here's another one of her, which just as her vessel has just gone down.
Jeez, this is just sad.
She's like this for she's this depressed little female girl who's been this way until we find her. In the next story.
There we go. Sorry.
God.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry. But hey, I got the Titanic to work.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. My OC just died.
I told you, Titanic's cooperated. Now let's see what she can do.
For some reason, her bridge isn't working. Oh. Hey, look!
Oh, nice.
Cool.
The telegram wiring.
Guys, I'm the bearer of bad news.
No, do you know what room this is?
What's
Is it
that?
still-
It's
yes,
the
it was.
Marconi room.
Ah,
Oh.
superb.
I mean,
That's
there are a few rooms on the ship if you look.
Yes, there is. So made available.
Eerie. The Olympic is the bearer of bad news.
What is that?
Yasmer, the Erie triplex, had just had a terrible boiler explosion.
God dang it, we don't want too much of that, man. Oh shoot, and speaking of which, spoiler alert guys, just to give you an upgrade. You know what Titanic looks like if you remember the movie Raise the Titanic? If you read the novel and then you see the film, you put them together. This is what Titanic looks like in my version. Nice. Titanic lights up beautifully. I've seen that version of her many times yeah. But any cases, guys, this is what she looks like when she is found and raised back from the dead. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
There she is. This is what she looks like when she's resurrected.
Rise from your grave.
Yep. Titanic. This is her like many years later on. And over here is and here's an improved version of it when she comes through the surface when she comes back.
Wait, guys, do you see that?
Yes.
We see her. Oh, hang on a second. No, wait, I got it wrong. Hold on. That's what she looks like when she comes through the surface, but then here she is when she's fully broken through the surface. There she is.
I love that. I love the attention to detail, especially with the marks in the waterline. I'm inside the ship's hull.
Here she is. That's what Titanic looks like now when she's brought back. There, can you see?
Is she in New York?
Not yet. If we look at the map, let's go F2, F1, F2. Look at the map. Let's make this map a little bit bigger. No? So let's see here. Manhattan is right here.
I can hear someone singing SOS.
That is me.
So we are actually going to make a waypoint. Let's see. Oh.
Is someone missing with a barrel of crisps or something?
I may or may not have just broken the Titanic greatly.
How did you pull this one off?
I don't know.
No. Oh, it looks like she just came across her ghost form.
Stop it. Stop it. Titanic. Did it
She's
fix it?
Yeah, she fixed herself. Oh my god, it's almost like she just exploded her inner spirit out to become her dark form. She's that strong.
Give her a speed boost.
Don't give me speed boost. She's not meant for that.
Well, I was originally going like 23 knots.
And here's some very old school that I did. Back in the day.
There we go. Now it's a proper wake. Look at that.
There we go.
We're cruising through the water. Southern nights.
Here she is. Look at this. Titanic's reaction when she found out she was going to have a successor, or basically a new body to be resurrected in. Happy tears.
How was
she reacting? Titanic too. I forgot about that.
Hey,
yeah, but basically I look at it as Titanic's new body form, basically when she comes back to life.
Hey, quick question.
It is a little upsetting to see how the ship is actually not really floating in the water too well, if you know what I mean. Like, look.
Huh?
The anti-foul line's out of the water.
Okay. Quick question.
Yeah.
How do you think Titanic will react to see me just floating through the water as my ship?
Such a beautiful ship, though.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, I also have a ship OC that I forgot to tell you about, which is actually Olympic.
Nice. Well, basically, you're acting as it. Hey, Aaron, is that you messing with? I can hear some fidgeting in the background. Are you reading something?
Who,
Me?
No, I'm talking to. No, I was talking to Aaron Mazza.
Oh.
Nope.
I can hear something.
Sounds like ASMR.
Yeah, someone's like got a bag of crisps with them. Hear that?
It's so beautiful to look at. Just like, look at that.
This is just pure art.
Like, if we were just to get a perspective, just to give you guys perspective. Okay, so this is land.
Yes, we're on the
Look at
land.
that.
And there's Titanic. Oh
With
dear.
Wow.
As if she's glittering herself.
That's what it had to been look like, or if you like look at it from the Manhattan Bridge, because I don't know where the statue.
Wait.
Oh wait,
so,
Statue of Liberty's right here, I think.
Are you American like me?
Yes, I am American.
Oh, American bros.
We are on land now.
We are land home. Land ho, as some might say.
It looks so tiny.
Exactly. See, from that, you're like think, oh, it's a small ship.
Hang on 1 second.
No, it's
I'll spawn in a different version. Hang on. Coming.
Okay. Here's basically Titanic as she looks like when she was actually in her grave asleep. There she is. Asleep in her grave. I don't remember doing that. The spirit of the SS Columbia. Hang on a minute, let me have a look at that. Hold on. I don't remember doing that. Holy shit. That's one of my old artwork forms. I don't remember doing the spirit of the SS Columbia. Holy crap.
Looks like we're good. Looks like we're about to reach the 2.5 hour mark.
I know. We're almost there. Another 24 more minutes and we've done it. We're basically going Titanic sinking mode.
Anything else you want going up to the attic? I guess not. Can you mad lads hear me now?
Yes, we can still hear you.
Yep.
Oh, let's play. I'm joining both of the Discord servers. Just give me a second.
Oh, I do actually have them.
Take your time viewing in the servers, okay?
Okay. And just get playing this.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, before we go, I'll show you a couple of things I did in one of my fanfics, which just shows the illustration, okay?
Alright.
There's that evacuation.
Uh-oh. I'm not doing anything wrong. Ignore me.
I don't believe you. I very don't believe you.
Here's one of my fanfics if you want to read any of them. Here's the one I did, Abandoned Ship, apparently, which I took screen capping and did some good shots in. And here's some of the illustrations. There's Mr. Andrews and my OC character. This is what he looked like in 1912, remember? Oh shoot, I need to do some editing on the writing there.
Oh.
And at one point, Cal is the villain. He does die in my fanfic. Spoiler alert. And my OC character nearly dies in this film a couple of times.
But he doesn't because he's just honest.
No, my character is pretty damn tough as a human being. Because in this fanfic, just bear with me, he's a pretty big lad. He's about. Well, in the fanfics that leading up later on, he's a tall man. He's about 7 foot tall. You know, he's a 7 foot man, so he's pretty tall and he's pretty big.
So he
Much
saw
bigger
it in the so he saw it in the Durango and Silverton Mikado.
Not really. No, look, he's still a big chap in this one. Okay, in this one, he's roughly about 6 foot. In this fanfic, in the Titanic fanfic, in the sinking, he's about 6'10" tall. So he's quite tall, mate. He's a 200 something plus pound man. So he's very close to the 300-pound mark. So he's quite a tall teenager. He's only 18 in this fanfic. Okay. So he's a pretty tall teenager. And there he is with my ex-girlfriend's OC, which she's allowed me to use after his first brush with death. Now, if you're wondering why is he coughing off blood, it's because Cal shot him. Thing is because the bullet. Well, the thing is because Cal apparently shot him at a graze range and he fell, but it cost him eternal bleeding, and that's why Kane's coughing out some huge blood out of him, because it's causing him to have a nasty reaction. And that's his gun pistol he carried in. Right? So, and he actually shot Cal basically to disarm him, but he tries that numerous times.
Hey, Kane fan.
Yeah?
You know who's forgotten sister of the Titanic?
The Britannic?
Yep. Who do you think I'm operating right now?
Ah, nice. You're basically operating her in her White Star livery. That's pretty nice. That's pretty good. She looks pretty accurate.
I give it a 7.
Can you hear a horn or whistle?
Yeah, that's the exact same air horn Titanic used in real life.
I knew it was.
Well,
I believe hide water in cabin, wide FOV. Actually, that looks really cool.
Here we go. Here's some more. Well, I didn't do too much highlight. I tried to do my best with this, and here's the final moments of my OC and Cameron Smith together. They're basically like father and son in this. And if he was going to go down, my character was going to die with the captain, but he persisted not to and save himself. And he does it. And then
there we go. Oh wow, the water actually looks realistic now. I figured out how they did their settings.
That's pretty accurate enough.
I give it a 20.
There's the section here where there's my character in the scene just as the war's about to go over the decks, and he's like yelling out the infamous scenes and the final moments before he gets in the boat to save himself. When they're playing the final band, and then after that, and there's Cameron Smith's death, and Titanic actually, I guess, a good grip on him, like I said. And then after that, it gets pretty damning. Here it is. Look, here's some screenshot. Here's a screen capping here.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Just looking at this, just coming to port. Oh,
yeah, it is really good.
It's majestic.
Okay, Aaron, I'll let you go. Hey, Olympic, check this out as well. This scenery here, I actually painted over Cal in this, and my OC is actually trying to. There's Kiara, there's Uni. Let's just say my character's trying to save himself, but then as the boat rights itself up, he actually tries to pull people in. So he's trying to save people's lives. Right?
Oh, that's scary. Could you imagine that?
I know. And then here we are again. This is when we try and get more in, but at the same time, the boat's very low in the water, so my character ends up having to, he's trying to control the situation, but, Kiara and Uni and some of the others are actually going to wipe out people. As you can see, there's a bit of blood and gore in this shot here, as you can see. We're trying to clear a path, so we have to kill a couple of people, sadly. But again, that's what they do in anime. They get a bit gory.
That's what I like about anime.
I think we're going to strike the bridge.
No, actually, the bridge is already under. and there's the first aftermath when the first smokestack falls down, nearly knocking us all over.
I struck the bridge.
Oh god.
Not really. The bridge is, you mean that bridge? Sorry. Whoa. Whoa, Titanic,
Oh
guys.
no.
Don't capsize. Hold yourself
sister.
up.
I think she's okay.
Sister, no.
No,
What have you done?
no, her stern is stuck in the water.
What have you done to my sister? I shall kill you.
Dude, I didn't do anything. I swear to God.
You drove. You're driving her.
I actually have no. Did I actually collide with the bridge? Is the bridge a collision?
Yes.
No, her mast went down. No, you need to drop her down. You need to drop her ballast in.
Well, you know what the cool part is about this?
Okay. Any cases, here's where it gets a bit gory. Here is another shot here again. Again, Maltorigo is knocking people left, right, and center. The Kiara is bashing and sculling. And then, Uni's freaking out, and Cal is trying to get on board, but he's trying to kill my character. Okay. Not much does. But then things get a bit bloody. And then, and then he gets thrown back in the sea again after Maltorigo shoots him in the face. And then he just throws him back in the sea again. And he's going to finish him off with his M190 pistol. But then Titanic says, no, I will do the thing for you. And instead, her funnel, her second smokestack explodes into flames. Then it flips backwards on its side, and Carl dies. So basically, Titanic kills Carl for him.
Did I just... What is with this game? I didn't actually do anything, but I don't think ships are supposed to be this low in the water, are they?
She's taking on water. She's sitting too low.
I'll fix it.
That is something I would most likely do.
There you go.
There, fixed. Everything's fine.
That's fine. Yeah,
she's floating.
Yep, her propellers are still in the water, so that's good. You'll have enough momentum.
Alright, so...
Okay, so...
Oh, wait, no, it doesn't want to move.
For my ship, for Olympic, my ship OC, I'm a bad ship.
And yeah, and there's and there you can see Titanic's last moments in the fanfic before she goes down.
Oh, hey, I found this cool thing.
Bro, I want to see cool things. I love cool things.
Oh, you like cool things?
Yes, I love cool things.
Let me just go boop. I think I know why she's not supposed to move. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna actually get a little.
Hey, you actually got Titanic on the movie.
In fact, we're actually gonna fix the time of day because we obviously know what time. There we go.
Nice.
No. Yes, this is actually the proper model from Race the Titanic.
The exact same model that I rendered and used in my fanfic.
So here's the cool part. You want to know what the cool part is?
What?
So
she's drivable.
No, well, she's drivable, but I'm not going to drive her. We are actually going to add some friends.
Are you gonna?
I sneezed.
No, but here's the thing, guys. Listen, Titanic's like that, but if you cut off the first funnel and the third and the forward mast, you've got basically my fanfic version of her.
Ooh.
That's true.
No joke. Except the paint is all there, just barely.
I'm trying to think. I don't want to... Oh, hey, look, the Admiral Scheer.
The what?
It's a German boat.
Yeah, for sure.
Sus.
I don't know if I actually... Oh, wait. There we go. Add vehicle. Add vehicle.
I see what you're trying to do. You're basically trying to recreate the whole sequence where they're actually going to tow her into New York.
Well, this is the scary part about these little boats because they like to...
Bump into
They're
each.
basically Bill and Ben. They're basically Bill and Ben of the water.
Yeah, they're basically nudging each other.
Oh, wait. You know what the cool part is, though, about this? If I do this... Watch this. So if I do this, boop, vehicles, mini tug, select vehicle, adjust, speed 0. Go over here, adjust, speed 0. And let's see, I have to select vehicle. This vehicle is where? Oh, right in the spot that I want her. So now we just got to go turn it.
Yep. We're basically going to reenact the whole sequence when she got towed in. I know what you're going to try and do.
Now the only thing I don't remember. Tow selected. Yes.
Oh,
That's all right, Aaron.
It's basically tugs when they tow the White Star.
Now the only question is, how am I going to move this one? Because it's
back with us. Because in the movie, one's in the front and the other one's on the stern.
I think they're both next to each other in the front.
Yeah, they were, but then when she goes into New York, that one's at the stern.
True, but I can't really get a good accurate part of it because of the fact the way they sit.
Well, I can.
All right, now we go.
But it's funny. It's funny. In my fanfic, they're both standing side by side still.
Okay. This is where things are going to get a little crazy, boys. No way. Is it actually towing? Wait, why are you not towing? Oh, I think you can only have one vessel tow the ship.
Well, that's not accurate.
It's okay. You can do it, little tug. You can do it. I think it's having trouble.
Stay with us.
Is it having trouble?
Yep, she's got her. He's got her. He's got her.
Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come on, little tug. Do it.
The little tug that, basically the little tug that could.
Let's give it some help, shall we?
No, she's moving. She's moving.
It's slingshotting back towards the Titanic. Oh
no. Yeah, that's what happens. It's like, yeah, basically Titanic is saying, you nudge me, I'll nudge you.
Yeah, except she just nudged herself into the Manhattan.
Why is my sister like
that? Was not what I wanted to do.
Why is my sister like this?
That's what happens when you basically try and pull up a Titanic thing that you don't want to do.
Try to spawn me and see what happens. I'll probably do this.
Don't nudge her.
Oh, this is crazy.
Nudge her.
She's nudging.
Listen, you are coming. Titanic, cooperate.
Yes,
you are coming with me, whether you
like
it or not.
It's for your own good. You want to complete that maiden voyage. Come on, cooperate.
Just do this.
I think we got to assist it, so I'm gonna. There we go.
Yeah, perfect. Now she's moving. I think she's moving.
So, for my headcanon, Titanic.
Let's see. What's really cool is, you want to see something derpy about these ships? Here, just so we don't harm. No Titanics were harmed in the making of this. We're going to just use the tug, for example. So you want to see what I can do with this tug?
Yes.
Okay, Keen, you're going to like this. Ready?
I'm watching.
Oh, Kane, you want to hear my headcanon? Basically, Titanic is older than me.
Shoot. We need more speed.
More power.
More speed.
Why the heck have you actually just blasted this thing into...
I forgot. Yeah, that tends to happen. But you could actually do a lot of cool stuff. Like, if we were just to get out a ship, let's see, which one to use? Queen Mary?
I know, man. I know what you're saying, but we don't want to. We don't want to offend our fans, do we?
No. In fact, actually, we're going to get out a vehicle that has been long forgotten.
SS United States.
Nope. America, her sister.
Her twin.
It's my older sister.
So we're just going to yeet you around, turn on your engine. We're going to give you a little boost, and off you go.
The dog going. And yep, she's plowing. Yep, she's racing at full speed.
Oh, look, it has whistle smoke.
Yep. Well, most were eventually whistle smoked eventually.
But, like, you could, this game is really cool because, watch, we could speed up time. want to get out of New York real quick.
Speed
So,
of time.
oh,
Hey, Kane.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just pretend you did not see that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please don't mention it.
Excuse me.
Ladies and gentlemen, just pretend you guys did not see that.
Yes.
What did I just do?
You just took me into hyperspace.
Wait, what?
Yes,
I just
did that.
Okay, hold up. So what you're telling me is I went from Manhattan to the Great Lakes. Is that what this game's telling me right now?
No, you just went into space.
Hey, my smoke's working.
So, Kane.
Yeah.
For me to be really, for my OC Olympic, or I just call him Bayazi. I'm Titanic's younger. I'm the youngest of the Titanic family.
Please, let's not go into roleplay. What did I just say?
I know. I'm just saying.
I forgot to mention this. Do know that I actually do have the entire Olympic class claimed in my server, but I'll explain to you the reason why.
Okay.
You told me before anyway, mate, so I'm very well aware.
Let's play. Just tell me on Discord, okay? Just explain to me on that.
Speaking of which, we're almost done. Oh
yeah.
Hey guys, look at the time factor. We've just passed 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Ooh.
The exact same time Titanic took to sink.
Wow.
Wow, we're doing pretty well. We did well.
We've just passed it by a minute now.
I can't say we can't feel bad for America because I'm still falling. Can someone please send help?
The difference is I do feel sorry for the country America as well.
Huh?
Stall. What does that mean?
Anyways, here's the infamous chapter when we first get to meet Titanic, even though we do hear her voice numerous times in her death throes, okay? Because, again, it's anime crazy related, remember? You get to hear voices that we don't hear.
I'm starting to hear voices in my head.
Not that, I'm referring to, like, when you only we can hear.
Hey!
There we go.
What? What? No.
There's Mr. Light on her. Here we go. And this is it. There she is. This is the first time we get to see her human form.
Well,
Basically, she's letting off a lot of the energy in because this is where she's immortalizing my character. Okay? Because she's near death. Right?
Do you guys remember the Ile de France?
No, actually. Then after that, this is the last time they see each other until many decades later. Here she is. Maltarigas passes out and she says goodbye. But not before she gives him a good kiss on the forehead, and then she leaves him. The SS Normandy. I call her as I like to call her, the French Titanic.
Yes,
indeed.
No, not that as well. Do you know why I call her that?
Why?
I hate to admit this, and as we all know, Titanic could not be beaten in luxury because that was her main strength. But this vessel, I think, the only vessel that can compete for luxury for Titanic is the SS Normandy, and I think she can do it. She's the only vessel I think that could be Titanic's near mirror image in luxury.
There we go. So the date is set to August 2nd, 1942.
1942, when
that's during World War II still.
America joined then, I think. I'm trying to remember from
Hard to imagine that these ships were just the power behind the seas.
Yes, they were.
This ship's forward type was the most powerful thing on
let's not go into Tokyo, man. Jeez.
You know what's scary though? You want to know what I could do?
What?
So we can actually, if I think the game will work.
You think?
think?
We'll make. The game might not.
And then the ship just launches into space again.
I hope it doesn't.
I hope it does.
Oh my god. But, oh, now we're going through the storm now, eh? Now we're going through a storm. Now we're going through rough seas.
We're just jumping up and down.
Whoa! Okay, now we're in a real scenario.
What do we do with a drunken sailor? What was you do with a
No,
drunken
not that song.
I believe I have a ship. Don't I have a ship?
Can I please sing it, Kane? Wait, no, because you might actually get copyrighted for that.
It's not really a copyrightable song. What will we do with the drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? See, I could actually sing it because I'm part Scottish.
Nice.
Well, that's not fair. Cool. What shall we do with a drunken sailor?
What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Way up she rises, way
Sorry,
up she
Kane.
rises,
You can't help it.
way up she rises early in the morning.
Whoa. That's what's getting intense over there in that game.
This is my best Scottish impression. Order there, laddie.
Whoa. That's really cool.
Imagine Titanic, actually.
Yeah, a small pocket ship.
You know what's funny about that?
What?
Let's see.
There's
No, I have. Wait. Race of Titanic.
Yeah, it's just like in the movie. It's just like in the novel. Oh, there you go. Her bridge is working. Let's see how she copes. Oh, she's capsizing.
Alright, we gotta get her. Let me see.
We gotta stabilize her.
Hey, what question? Let's play.
Wait, what? Oh, wait, I'm turning to starboard. I need to turn to port. My bad.
Do you have an Olympic?
No, I'm on Titanic.
Oh, I'm asking.
No, you want me to? Watch this. See, this is how cool this game is. I could actually do this. I think I want clear sky. Wave height will make. That's the wrong one. It's this one. Calm weather. Because I can make it completely calm, or I could actually just add some waves.
There we go. I can see it. Yeah.
Make it clear, and we'll make it right around that time.
Sunset.
Perfect. Now what we do is turn off the engine, and we stop.
And we can just vibe.
And if I adjust the heading so it cancels out,
yep,
right about there, heading 0. And let's see.
Hey, it's me.
And add you.
Titanic.
There she is.
Hospital.
There they are. Oh, there they are, face to face. And now they're lined up.
Oh, wait, are they face to face? Oh, wow, they are face to face.
Who's in the middle?
That's Olympic.
Oh, it's me.
Titanic basically meeting all basically meeting the two siblings.
Ah, yes, I do love when my game says I'm on land.
Yeah, we're totally on land, right, Kane?
Yeah, we're totally on sea. We're not on land. There must be something wrong with your
AI
sonar. And the three sisters have lined up.
This is going to be the hard part because I have to make sure.
Oh, murder, and oh, it's an innocent.
Yep, they're perfectly together.
Oh, that's a murderer.
I believe that's Olympic. Is that Olympic? Yes, that's Olympic.
Yeah, almost hit the 3 hour mark.
We almost did it. We've almost done it.
Come on, lads, we can do it.
We're almost there.
Full steam ahead, as one might say.
All right, which one of them is moving? It's the Olympic.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, which one of you is moving? I can't figure it out.
It's hard to tell who is who. Like, I already know one's Titanic.
Okay.
I
Now,
love her hospital.
Titanic's on in the middle.
I'm just on the
Zoom
side.
in.
First officer, Captain Kane.
This is how cool we can make this.
We're almost there.
I know, we're almost there. 10 minutes to go.
Wait, so what is Let's Play? Is he a fireman?
Me?
Yeah. I'm
a friend of Kane's.
He's not a fireman, he's a good buddy. Yeah, he's a very well understandable individual. Steam trains what brought us together as friends.
Yeet. Speaking of you, Kane fan, me and my friends were actually reading stuff about Bosher, and it wasn't true though. It was just some random stuff.
Get off the computer!
Alright. Lads, I gotta go.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yep. I'll see you guys later, alright?
Alright, you
Nice meeting you. Come on, man.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you.
Come on, man.
Nice meeting you.
It was a pleasure. Wow. Just when we're about to get to the most amazing part of the whole celebration until you know who's man called him off.
Mm-hmm.
Hate it when that happens.
Yeah. Well, it's just me and you in the stream.
That's what I was saying. It's just you and me. Hang on. Now, what else shall I...
Is there anybody in the, what's the name, backstage? Or no?
Good question.
Hang on. I think I got to, hang on. Announcement.
Hang on. Well, we're almost done now.
Hello guys, and happy birthday to RMS Titanic.
Here we go.
Oh my eye.
Oh yes, there it is. And a bit of a spoiler alert coming up. You see this here?
Yep.
And this is the scene where, after nearly a long time, Alter Ego and Titanic have reunited. And this is where the strange romance begins to play. And despite her being a ghost, she ends up falling in love with my character. How about that for a first kiss?
Beautiful.
The glowing is coming from Titanic, that's why. I got that from Stardust, the movie.
I am planning on watching Galaxy Rallies after this.
Fair enough. And what else is there? Oh yes, I even got this as well. Hang on.
You're just getting a lot of Discord notifications.
Ah, there it is. This is what I think you were talking about, weren't you?
Yeah.
We're talking about Titanic returning. This was it, wasn't it?
Yeah. Titanic 2.
Basically, Titanic herself. This is what she would look like in my fanfic. Like remember when I told you about the bridge when you saw me and her together in there?
Yeah.
This is what she would look like. Basically, this is what she would have looked like on the outside.
Hmm.
There we go.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
down about the second Titanic.
No, I'm talking about this is Titanic herself in my fanfic canon. As she looks like in the 90s.
Hmm. Oh, I see the Twin Towers.
Yep.
Yeah, that happened.
Mm-hmm. And after the Twin Tower disaster, Titanic did not sail to New York until for almost an entire decade because of the trauma. Yeah, it's a true fact in my headcanon. She would never go back to New York ever again.
Well, I might come visit her, though.
No, it's because of the trauma that she was experiencing after that. And here's what the Titanic herself would have had, see? If the new one, this is the 2000 Titanic, you would have looked like. This is basically what the fictional Titanic 2 will have in my fanfic. Yes, spoiler alert. Not like in the movie, but this is where I got most of her ideas from. And she's even bigger and she's much bigger than the original.
I actually have a drawing of a boat. I don't know where I left it.
Well, there's so many great things back in the day. I did back then in my prime.
Yeah, when things were just a little bit calmer.
Yeah, but this was like nearly a decade ago. I was a bit of a different person back then.
To me, you're still the same person that I knew and grew up with.
Oh yeah, with Titanic, and yeah, but I've got much better.
Oh, Aaron's back.
Yeah, anyways. There's the new version of Titanic I did of her. Once again, when she finally wakes up again. This is like now as we're in now.
Wait, does Titanic have a favorite steam locomotive, if I may ask?
My favorite steam locomotive is actually the Flying Scotsman.
No, like, does the Titanic have one?
I don't think she ever got to know one. But if I were to guess, it would be Flying Scotsman, I guess. Who knows?
Everybody loves Flying Scotsman.
Yeah, well, I have family ties to that loco. Oh, and here's the first time I've ever done Carpathia holding Titanic when she's at the scene. When she arrives too late to rescue.
I feel like if that were me rescuing Titanic, I would be pretty traumatized.
I think she was until her own death 4 years later on.
I forgot what happened to Olympic.
Olympics lived and then eventually she got scrapped out in 1935.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot my own sea lived longer than... Who knew the young Olympic, me, aka me, will live the longest?
And here's Titanic, basically after snapping her back and being released. Don't worry, she's not actually dying, she's just being released. That's basically her inner powers shooting all over the place while she's screaming, and that is to represent blood coming out, but she's not actually dying, she's just coming out.
I'm getting so many flashbacks to Project G1.
No, it's not, and that is not related, I know. For a second, I thought you were going to refer to another anime that was even bloodier, like Elfen Light.
I'm just thinking of Tokyo Ghoul now. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Kaneki is my favorite character.
But anyways, yeah. So what do you think so far?
I love it.
Especially how the strange romance with my alter ego is with Titanic. And they're still together to this very day still in the canon.
When's their anniversary? Wait, it's today, isn't it?
Well, it's Titanic's, she's 110 years of age. In the canon-wise, she's still going. In the future, I know I'm springboarding too far because I haven't wrote any fanfics yet. in today's time, because she's still around, she's basically on a very low. That's what I mean. She's down the lower ranks still because of her age, but she's still popular among cruisers. In my timeline, she's still going, and has been considering retiring numerous times, but she continues on to defy all the odds. No matter what, she basically re-earns the name of being unsinkable, even though no ship is, but she re-earns that title.
In my timeline, Olympic didn't get scrapped, and we gave her like a little part of the shirt of her to have a Titanic memorial for her.
Well, an old friend of mine has his own character who owns the newly reformed White Star Line. When it went out of business, he resurrected it, and he required smaller vessels, and eventually he rebuilt Olympic, basically a new body form, and it looked like a mirror image. And then Titanic comes along, basically rebuilding the company, but in a much different way. And spoiler alert, the Britannic gets a rebuild, despite her original body still left there.
We made it!
Yes, we finally did it. We've hit our goal, and what a return back streaming live. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have to say to you guys, it's been a tremendous honor for you guys watching it live, and I want to thank you for your comments. Thanks for watching in on this event. I'd like to thank you guys for living in and tuning in on this special occasion. And it was an honor to meet you too, Mr. Olympic, and to everybody else who took place on this special occasion. It truly was an honor.
No problem.
I wouldn't mind doing it again another time. Who knows? Maybe we'll all meet again next year. Who knows?
Or for the 111th.
Oh God, if we ever do make it in 2023, who knows?
God.
But anyways, it's been an absolutely tremendous event. We've done what we said we came here to do. And so, on this occasion, we're here to pay ourselves our last respects to Titanic. And we should go a good 110th anniversary. So, this occasion is the Titanic, and to all you guys, 110th anniversary to you.
To the unsinkable ship known as Titanic. It was nice staying with you, Captain Kane.
It was an honor.
Alright, see ya.
Take good care of your body. Thank you.
No problem.
And for you guys watching live, it's been an honor. Farewell and good night.